What's good, everyone? What's good? Just in the bathroom right now, taking a shit. Yeah, I'm about to finish right now. Just gotta wipe my ass, and then I'm about to be out of here. But yeah, I want to tell you guys something. Um, one thing I realized is that life doesn't really get any harder. Like life, it doesn't really get any harder. It doesn't get easier or it doesn't get harder. A lot of people have you to believe that life gets harder, life gets easier. Um, when I look back at my YouTube videos, I looked at my YouTube videos from like 2020, 2021. When I was in that state of mind, I thought the world was over. I thought, oh, I'm depressed. Life is hard. If only I had this, life would be easier. And that was back in 2020, 2019, 2021. I was just very I'm not saying I'm in the best state, but I was in a way worse state than I am right now mentally. And when I look back, I thought the world was over. I thought life was hard. But then right now where I'm at, I'm not dealing with any of the problems I was dealing with before. But one thing that I realized and one thing I noticed is that all the problems I'm not dealing with, life really ain't even easier. It's not harder per se, but it ain't. It's like it's the same difficulty. Life doesn't get harder or easy; it always stays the same. Because a lot of you guys say, "Oh man, like back in 2020, 2021, certain things I was complaining about. Now I wish I could go back in time and do those things again. So, and then now I have things I didn't have back then. But the funny thing is that the things I have right now that I didn't have back then is not like it made anything easier because the reasons why I thought it would be easy for having certain things came up now which kind of offset that balance. So it's like there's a saying that it's called new devil, new level. It's kind of like that. Like life really doesn't get easier or harder. A lot of people like to tell you, oh, it gets easier. No, not really. Like, as matter of fact, like the more better your life gets, the more there's a situation about to come to test your gangster, test your spiritual gangster if you're really in it. So that's why you can't look at it like a lot of you guys saying, "Oh man, I wish this, and you're not looking at the opportunity you have right now. But in 5, 10 years, you're gonna be looking back then, wishing you did shit now. And then why? And at that point, you're gonna be looking back then when you could be worried about the now. So don't worry about just worry about doing what you got to do, and don't look at, oh, if I would have done this, life would be easier or hard. No, that's not how really reality works. At the end of the day, this is a test. The test isn't supposed to be easy. If it's easy, that means you did it too many times or you cheated or you shouldn't even be in that fucking class. There's no such thing as you being a human and being the smartest, greatest human. Once you become a great, smart human, then you move the fuck on and you become something greater, and then you deal with those lessons. There ain't no, oh, I'm the smartest human and I'm the most, not really. That's why when you see smart, intelligent humans, they usually go through a lot of karma, a lot of problems, a lot of issues because it's like they had it's what I just explained. Like life really doesn't get easier. You came down here for a test, and if anything, the more intelligent and smarter you are, the harder your test is gonna fucking be. So I just gotta put that shit out there because like I just something that I was looking at my videos and I see myself and I was like, man, like I remember back then, like I had there were so many things I could have done that made my situation a lot better now. Like I low key wish I was back then. Like even the days where I was like suffering with health issues and I was about to die and shit, and I was like really like fucked up. Like in some cases, I've been thinking like, damn, that I had it good back then. Like, and I didn't realize it till now because like now I'm not saying I have it bad now, but there was things that I could have done back then that could have been a lot better, even though I was in such a fucking tower moment. Like this, all the times in my life where I had a tower moment, I look back at those times right now. I'm looking like, damn, that was a good opportunity. I could have done so much shit. I'm like, I look excited for that, but when I was there, I was like, damn, that was so hard. I thought it was the end of the world. That's what I'm telling you. Then you guys going through a tower moment, going through any problems and issues, don't be tripping over that. Just stay strong. That's actually an opportunity because when you get to a situation where everything's good and easy, then you're gonna have to find new opportunities. And at that point, it may be harder for you, or you may not think you have any. But I just want to put that little message out there for everyone else. So yeah, I just want to talk about something social media versus um, reality. Because one thing I'm starting to realize, because one thing you guys got to understand and know is that social media is not reality. Like you see on YouTube and all these fucking websites, you see like people talking about, oh, there's no job, there's no work, and there's no relationships. I can't find it. That's all bullshit. They want you to believe that. Anything you see on social media, anything you see on YouTube that's talking about there's no job, the economy, everybody's broke. All of that shit is what the people who create YouTube, this is what they want. This is not what reality is. Because when you go into reality, that's me, I've been in reality. Well, we're always in reality, but I've been observing reality more. And like, people talk about there's no jobs and work, but my grandma just told me my uncle got a job for $37 an hour at the chicken ranch. It's like a ranch where they have like casinos and shit, and they're paying him $37 a fucking hour just to clean and be a janitor. And people out here talking about there's no jobs. And I'm not saying there is or there isn't. That doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, what matters is there something for you? And if there's something for you, then there's something for you. And shut the fuck up and stop observing what you see on the internet. Like I see people saying, oh, why does the world so fucked up? There's so many people starving, this and that. And all the problems that they will list will be problems they're not even dealing with. It's like, keep fucking around and talking about shit you ain't dealing with and showing this the universe or the spirit you ain't grateful, and it's gotta fuck around and put that in your life. So this is why you need to stop focusing on social media. Anything you see on social media is what the people who run this shit, who are controlling it for this time being, until they're removed, which will be soon, is what they want you to believe. It's not truth. It's everything that they want you to fucking believe. All this relationship, oh, we can't find relationships, I can't find this and that and all that. You keep believing that shit, that's gonna happen to you. Another case in point, I seen a video and some fucking female went up to some dude, was like, do you wanna, like, I guess it was like, you know how to have these dumbass prank videos or whatever? And this shit came up on my feed, it's the only way I see it. You know how they have these dumbass prank videos? I guess some girl went up to some guy she knew was dating somebody, was like, hey, do you wanna go out with me? And we can go hang out, have fun. And then the guy was like, no, I'm dating someone. And the bitch was all surprised and shit. She made a TikTok video like, how is this happening? I'm usually men wanna, and the other was another female, and you can tell this female actually did the shadow work to actually attract a normal person in her fucking life that's not gonna fuck her over. She was like, women who never met a good man don't know that they're actually good men who won't cheat. So she was surprised. But any female that knows how to attract good men won't be surprised. So it's that type of situation. You can tell the bitch watches social media too much, hence why she even came up with the fucking mental stimuli to even want to make a TikTok video to talk about shit like that. So you already can tell she watches social media too damn much. So this is why I tell you, stop being on social media, because you're gonna make you look like a fool. You're gonna go out in public dealing with the real world, thinking that the real world is the internet. The internet is a very small percentage. Another example, and I'm just gonna use very stupid, mundane examples just so you guys can get my point. It doesn't matter about the example, just get the point to the internet. Example, like they had the, I guess the PlayStation, they had a PlayStation Pro. It's like a new console. I guess it came out. And then they were saying that it was too expensive, nobody was gonna buy it. I guess fucking it got released. And people were buying it. But at the same time, everyone thought no one was gonna buy it because it was expensive, because everybody was on the comment section on the internet saying that how Sony is stupid for releasing it. But like I said, that's the internet. People on the internet aren't the same as people in real life. You have people who are scalpers who will go and buy a bunch of consoles so they can upsell it at a higher price. Like I said, these dumbasses are on the internet. They thought people are gonna, they thought they were gonna be able to scalp them and get by like a whole bunch of consoles and then upsell them for like $100 more and make profit. These motherfuckers are on the internet. In reality, it's a different story. In reality, people have money. In reality, there's people, like shit changes, stores may release products, things don't always happen. So people are on the internet thinking a certain way, but then reality came and it was a different. So this is why I say you have to get off the internet. And when I say get off the internet, because at the end of the day, use your discretion. We can use everything to our fucking advantage. We can use the internet, we can use social media, we can use working at a 9 to 5, we can use all of that shit. Some of us may not need to use certain things based on where our spirit's at, but at the end of the fucking day, use everything. So I'm not just saying don't go on the internet, but just always be wary. Anytime you hear something on the internet telling that this is reality, and them telling you that has nothing to fucking do with you bettering yourself or you getting some fucking money, then you need to disregard that. They'll say some stupid shit. I don't know. Let me say some dumb. Like you'll see niggas just talk about dumb shit about like I can't get over women want men with money, but yet they never even left their fucking house. Yet they don't even talk to women at all. So how would you know women want men with money? Like it's dumb shit like that, and then you'll believe this shit, and then you'll cut off your opportunities in life all based on what you see something on the internet that some fucking faggot Mason or some Jewish motherfucker want you to believe. That's all they want. They want you to believe that. Hold on, let me wipe my ass so I can get the fuck up out of here. So they want you to believe that. So it's like, it's fucking crazy, dude. Like this shit is fucking crazy. This shit is crazy. Like I'm just like every day I keep going on the and then one thing about it though, like I be walking around in public and I be observing people when I be out in public. And one thing I notice is people that you see on the internet, people that you see on the internet, people that you see in real life that are always on their phone looking on the internet, these are people who have mental illness. When I'm out in public and I see people who are always addicted to social media, don't get me wrong, everybody's on social media now. But there's people who are on social media because that's their life, and there's people who are on social media because there's nothing really else to do but be on it because we're at that time of being. So there's two different types of people. I can tell this type of person just based on how they act and everything in public. Like you got the person who's always on their phone, who they keep up to date with TikTok every day. And then there's the people who they live their life and then they go on TikTok, but then they go on. When I'm in public and I see these two different type of people, the people who are always on their phone, they have a lot of mental illness. They have a lot of issues. They have a lot of problems, and you can see it in their voices, in their face. And you can also see that they're always by themselves, and then they'll act like the reason why they're by themselves is because they don't like communicating with people. But in reality, the reason why they're by themselves is because they have a low vibration and they can only attract bitch ass niggas. So if you have a low vibration and you can only attract bitch ass niggas, then you're gonna not want to be around people, hence why everyone's saying they're introverted, and hence why when you look at the average person, they're like the remedy in the cocktail for you to be introverted, saying that they're not interesting, they're boring, and they're fucking annoying, so you don't want to be around them. So it makes sense. So you gotta always understand, like, this is who you're dealing with, especially when you're on the internet, you're talking to people and shit. Every day you're talking to people on the internet. They're being bombarded with a bunch of bullshit news, bullshit, just stories, all this shit, and this is affecting their real life. So now when they go out in public, they walk around in the street, their whole every decision and how they leave, not even their decisions, but just how they think and their mentality, it puts them in a position where they're gonna attract certain scenarios and situations, and this is where it keeps them in a rut. And then this is why they're on. So it's all social media is a devil. I'm telling you, this shit is a devil. Like what they're doing with it's crazy. Like, and I'm about to start. I'm gonna stop I'm gonna upload videos. I'm not gonna stop uploading videos, but I'm not gonna be uploading the same way I've been uploading, because the reason I was talking all the shit I was talking before and I was doing, I'm still gonna talk my shit, but like the reason why certain, like, I was saying certain things and doing certain things because I assumed that I had a small channel and my channel wasn't that big, but I forgot that I'm fucking a spectacular ass intelligent fucking nigga, and I'm unique as fuck, probably one of the most unique people in this fucking planet, the most unique person on this planet. So just by being that, I'm a threat to these individuals. Okay, you need to stop coming to the bathroom. I'm about to get out, you know, I have to keep typing. Yeah. Keep fucking knocking on the damn door, stupid ass nigga. But you guys see what I'm saying. You guys see what I'm saying. This shit's fucking annoying. Like, yeah, social media is the devil. You guys gotta understand, like, what the fuck is going on here. Because right now, the spirit told me that I got a bunch of faggot Masons watching my channel. So that's what the spirit told me. The spirit doesn't lie. So we got a bunch of faggots watching this fucking channel. And it's really pathetic how we got people. This is why I tell you guys, like, don't like, social media is a fed playground right now.
I advise anybody to not really post unless you got business or you're teaching somebody. Like me, I'm about to teach about health. That's it. Don't post your shit. YouTube is only meant for if you're just one of these dumbass people just talking about something retarded like travel vlogging and video games or just some retarded meaningless shit. That's what YouTube is for. If you're actually trying to speak your truth, you may want to hold off on that. I don't want to say don't hold off on it, but it depends. Like, go ahead, speak your truth and do your shit, but don't be speaking too much of your business up on this bitch. Don't be speaking too much of like. And when I say business, I'm not talking about like business like in like stupid shit, like, oh, I like to suck my thumb at night or something. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a shit? I'm talking about like business, like shit you're doing in the real world. Like, if you're doing anything in the real world, don't tell your business. Like, there's certain things that I'm about to be doing. I'm not going to be dropping shit on here. I don't trust anybody on this shit. Unless I meet you, I'm cool with you. But we're to a point, we're going to get to a point because they're going to make the AI technology even more advanced where you see all this shit that you're doing on the internet with AI and everything. I wouldn't be surprised if these niggas try to do it with clone robots. So just like you have you got troll pages. Who's to say they're not going to, in 30, 40 years, they're going to have troll human bots that have synthetic human-like skin, and they're able to troll you and manipulate you in real life. Like, you think this shit just stops on the internet? I'm thinking, what if they just create this shit years down the line and it just keeps getting more advanced? Even with this whole AI shit, and how they can make fake ass videos and shit. This shit is getting ridiculous. So this is why, like, no, you good. Fucking idiot. You don't tell me to close my door, you bitch ass nigga. I'm sitting here right now, the stupid ass nigga telling me, close the door. Like, bitch, just back the fuck up. When they built the parking lot, they don't build it where you gotta close the door. Stupid ass nigga. And he works for the fucking unified school district. Like, bitch, don't have no attitude with me. You work for a fucking school district. I'll cuss you the fuck out. You work for the government. I fucking hate the government. I hate the government. I hate anybody who works for the government. Fucking faggot motherfucker. You probably bald-headed too. Losing your hair. That's why you work for the government. Every person who works for the government, that's a man that I know is loses their fucking hair. And I'm not saying I hate on anyone. Shout out to Third View. Shout out to Third View. He's probably the only nigga who has no hair that I look at like with respect. Shit. But most motherfuckers, like, when I see them, like, all some bullshit. Like, just like that stupid ass nigga. Fucking have an attitude with me, tell me to close my fucking door. What's up with it, Mystical? Yeah. But there's certain things I'm about to be doing. I'm about to test something real quick. I don't want to say too much because I still want to test it. But like in about a month, I'm about to tell you guys. Like, well, you guys will already know because there's certain things. Because there's certain, like I said, I don't want to say too much, but there's certain things I'm gonna be doing in my real life, and that's all I'm gonna say. You, depending on, like I said, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give out. But just stay tuned and just watch my channel. Just watch my channel. I'm gonna be going live. And I'm gonna be going live, yeah. I remember one day, and that's another funny thing about social media. People actually believe this shit. Like, everything I said on this bitch, nobody has no proof or evidence, or nobody knows me. You guys gotta understand, you guys don't know me. Like, everything I'm saying could be false. It could be true, but like I said, everything I'm saying could be false, and I could be just a big lie. I could be faking it. And I'm not saying that's what it is or it isn't, but I'm just trying to let you guys know how much of an illusion of transparency social media is. You see how you got people talking about, oh, I'm telling you my business. I'm transparent. I'm vulnerable. Nigga, shut your ass up, nigga. Ain't nobody really 100% vulnerable on this bitch unless you're getting paid. And even then, you're not, because there's certain things you ain't got to really say on here. And even there's certain things that people say that ain't even true. So it's like, you guys gotta understand, like, you can't really be taking this shit serious. This shit, social media is not what you guys think it is. It was at one point, but they're trying to change it from that because it's gonna get very dangerous for their system if they just let it, if they don't control it. This is why they have to control with what's it called? with all this bot trolling and AI and all this. The reason they have to do it is because their system, like nobody, you already have Gen Z that don't want to fucking work. So when you have Gen Z, they don't want to fucking work. And the reasons they don't, a lot of the reasons they don't want to work is because they're watching a lot of shit on social media. So they have to go hard at censorship and all this because people are starting to wake up to this truth. And then they don't like that. So you can't really blame them, but you have to know that's what they're doing and then move accordingly and just try to adapt to shit. That's the thing about life that all you guys got to do. You guys got to learn how to adapt. This all ties into the pranic, breatharian, and all that this stuff I've been talking about, not needing as much and learning how to adapt because things are going to be changing. They can get rid of YouTube, and who really gives a shit? They created the shit, so who really gives a fuck? And yeah, people built it, but if we built it, then we can build another one. But are we gonna build it? That's the thing. So even if they take it and there's no more YouTube, it's only because of the people. It ain't because of the government, because the people built YouTube. If they take the YouTube, nigga, then just build another one. You see what I'm saying? But nobody really wants to do it. And who really gives a shit if they take it? I ain't making no money from this shit. And even if you are making money, anybody who's intelligent, who's making money from YouTube, they're automatically gonna be investing their money in other type of venues. They're not gonna just do YouTube. The only people just doing YouTube are retards or young Gen Zs who don't know anything other than just YouTube, and that's it. But anybody with intelligence isn't gonna just be on this because this shit is really not stable. You can just piss them. You don't even have to be speaking spiritual. I've seen it many times. People get demonetized. They're not even speaking spiritual. They're just speaking dumbass shit. But based on their certain emotional outlook and the way they said something, their channel gets fucked with. So you really can't. Like I said, they're controlling this shit to a T. And everything is just not the way it is. Like, it's crazy. And then they have all these fake ass fucking talking points and things that make you think this is what life is. Like, life is this, life is that. Get the fuck out of here. Like, life ain't shit. You're fucking putting rocks in the middle of the street. Like, who the fuck can, like, you got people, you guys gotta understand, like, anytime when you see stupid shit on the internet that you know is pushed by some federal agency, you gotta look at how lame they are. Because we all got 24 hours in the day. You gotta look at, like, all day that these people are spending, they're being invested in collecting information and studying people. That's some weird shit. That's not normal. So when you look at a person like that, you know that person's in hell. That person, their life is gonna not be a good existence because that's all they're spending their life on, and it shows that they're miserable. Because why are you observing people? Like, you must be in a state of fear. Like, why are you so scared? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, so it makes sense. So you gotta know what's going on though. I'm just trying to let you guys know, like, don't take this shit serious anymore. Like, don't take this shit serious. Don't be like looking at people's channel and thinking what they're saying is true, or like, especially when you're seeing all these TikTok people and these TikTok type of videos that talk about finances and everyone's broken. I'm introverted, I'm lonely. That shit is like, first you guys gotta understand, like, okay, if you're lonely and you're introverted, what is your point in posting this video? If you're trying to do it to make money, then you at that point, how because you can't talk shit about a corporation, because if you're, well, I'm doing it so I can make money. You can't talk shit about a corporation for wanting to hire people to make money, because that's their corporation. They want their business. In order for them to make money, they have to hire people for their jobs. But you complain about, oh, why do we have to work jobs? But then yet you want to go work a job at YouTube. So it's like contradiction right there. So you can tell these people they're not really in the right sane state of mind when they're like, and then they'll say, oh, I'm doing this to help people, which you're not doing it to help people, because if you're doing it to help people, the world will be gradually getting better. The world's gradually getting worse. Mental illness is getting worse. People are getting more comfortable and using social media as a crutch so they can relate to a bunch of bum ass niggas like them. That's not helping people. That's giving people a crutch. So like I said, like, this shit is, this is why I say don't stun any of those fucking videos you see on TikTok, YouTube, talking dumbass shit about the job economy, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna manifest that type of situation in your life. Even if you have a job and you work in a 9 to 5, Don't watch no video on how 9 to 5 sucks. Why the fuck would you do that? Well, if you're working a 9 to 5 and you know how it sucks, what you need to be doing is how to get up out of it. Or if you can't get out of it, how to do some transmutation to make yourself enjoy it while you're there. That's what you should be doing, not looking at it like, oh, this is a hell place and this is a hell just to watch people. So your whole life is like that means you like living in hell. You like going through hell so you can find somebody to relate to so you can feel good about it. Other than that, you can't say like, so you like going through hell. Because people like they go through their shitty situation, they don't better it, but then they want to relate. They'll spend time and effort watching shit about their shitty situation and people who relate to them and trying to connect with them and collab and build, not even build, but just collab. But then they won't actually take the initiative to do actual work. That's why I say this world ain't shit. Like, don't watch be careful when you watch these videos. Like, don't just be watching them and don't be taking all that shit in because you're gonna manifest some shit into your reality. The fuck, I just parked right here. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I might have to switch to my iPad. Yeah, this shit's crazy. So let me read some of these comments. Damn, Mysterio left a lot of comments. I ain't tripping though. Shit, it's a Q&A. Fuck. I hope I charged my iPad. I think I charged it. Get my iPad. He said about the job shit, they trying to make it harder to get hired. To be honest, it's always been hard to be hired. Have you ever tried being a felon? Have you ever had a sexual fucking marking on your record? Like, it's been hard. Like, nothing new. Nothing new, really. Don't be looking at everything like it's something new. And then somebody will try to find a reason. Oh, it is new because of this. And actually it is new because the economy. Shut the fuck up, nigga. All that time and you trying to go deep and try to debate me and debunk me, you could be using that time to actually try to find a solution so you don't have to complain about the economy. Dumbass. People that's the thing. This system, like, people care more about their ego and trying to prove a point than actual results. It's just like these stupid fucking retarded doctors. You go to a doctor with a headache and you tell the doctor, I have a headache, but I was drinking a lot of soda yesterday, so I think that could be a result. The dumbass doctor, because since they're in an ego, they program. This is why they make them go to school for 8 years so they can program them. The longer somebody's in school or under the government's fucking sucking their dick, the more they can program them. So they'll be like, oh, I have a bunch of sodas. This could possibly be the reason for my headache. The doctor will automatically debunk that because they've been trained, because you're not in a position as them. So in their mind, they're like, who does he know? I'm supposed to be right. So even if it is the soda and it checks out that he's right, it's going to be a blow to my ego. So I can't say that. So this right there makes the whole concept of the doctor and science and all that, it's built off ego. It's not built off actually obtaining real solutions because everyone is so in their fucking ego. And they want to prove to themselves and they don't want the other person to be wrong. This is why I say, like, you gotta, this new time, you have to be your own everything. Your own doctor, your own financialist, your own everything. You can't be going to stupid jobs for work. You can't be doing all this other shit. Everything. And he's like, they're trying to make it hard to get hired. The reason they're making it hard, the reason they're making it hard to get hired because they want to make it hard to get hired. But it's always been hard to get hired, to be honest. Always been hard to get hired. It's never not been hard to get hired. You got to always keep that in mind. Because always homelessness. There's always been homelessness. Wouldn't have people not been evicted from their house. Any problem you said has always been that issue. And then at the same time, there's people who are working right now. There's people who got millions right now. There's people who are in relationship. All the things you say there's a problem, there's somebody else out there who not going through that shit. That's why I say you guys gotta always like don't be fucking listening to this internet and this shit. They want you fucking miserable. I'm gonna have to go on my hold on, let me go on my iPad. Okay, why the fuck isn't StreamYard coming on? Okay, sign me into this fucking shit. I don't know why. Oh man, hold on. Okay, sign up with Google or no, log in. Log in with Google. Okay, thing. Which one is it? I hope this is the one. I'm not trying to keep going out. Oh man, it's just taking a long time. Okay, good, perfect. All right, give me a minute, guys. Yeah. So, okay, I'm about to. Why the fuck is it like taking everything off? Like, I'm logging into StreamYard and it's acting like I've never fucking logged into this damn website before. Like everything's like reset. All right, there we go. In this fucking shit. All right, shut the fuck up. All right, so. All right. Okay, what the fuck's going on? Let me just do this. Turn this fucking phone off. Yeah. We do everything unedited over here. So if you want your shit to be edited and it looks nice and everything, fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck about this shit. If you're gonna at least edit your shit, at least be making a bag from here. Like if you're making like 50 million a year fucking from YouTube, or you making, well, let me be more reasonable. You making like, let's say fucking 15 grand a month or some shit. And I guess looking, but like you got all these motherfuckers out here like, I'm trying to get 1,000 subs. I'm trying to get my thing up, not knowing like how this shit works. Like I feel sorry for people who spend so much time and energy just to put in this, just to end up like it not even like. That's why I'd never ever put no money or energy into anything I know I don't feel right in. Like somebody told me to go buy a fucking new camera or a stand for my Keygon. I'm like, I ain't fucking wasting my money on no damn fucking stand. If I do get a stand up because I want one for my videos, it won't because like for the video, like to make the video look a certain way. I can give a shit about this fucking shit. This shit ain't nothing to be honest. Like in life, really, if you're, I'm not saying you're not supposed to have no desires, because you are supposed. People tell me, oh, you're supposed to have a desire. Yeah, I do. I have a desire to get better. I have a desire to not have desires. So I do have desires. But like I said, I'm gonna be actually like you. I'm gonna be reasonable, but if you have a desire, the point of, I feel like what all you guys we need to be getting to. I'm not saying everybody, but just people watching my channel resonate with this information. It's getting to a place where your desires are very, very minimal. You don't need a lot. That's really how you're gonna really escape this matrix, is not needing as much. And I'm not saying you're forcing yourself. Like the average person may think I'm like making people go cold turkey. if you feel like you need to go to cold turkey, then you're not practicing what the fuck I'm talking about. You don't know shit about what they call prana, energy, chi. You don't know anything about that, because nothing I talk about is about forcing yourself. If anything, I'll be the first one to tell somebody, don't even fucking be breatharian. Just meditate and do the fucking the breath work and the qigong and do all that, and watch your energy build up, and you'll slowly leave it out. So that's really how you're escaping the matrix. Anybody telling you, and I'm not saying this stuff isn't good, because when I say this, I don't want you guys to think, especially how I come and convey myself, I don't want you guys to think I'm saying fuck everything else and we shouldn't be guarded, we shouldn't be farming, we shouldn't be doing all this. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, if anybody who's talking about farming and eating healthy and having our own shit in terms of like, and saying that without a means to an end, is somebody that wants to be trapped in the matrix. All this talk about escaping the matrix is doing what Nature Boy did. That is, and Nature Boy proved you that that's the scenario. Because you see how he went into nature and he brought a bunch of fucking he opened up a homeless shelter in the fucking Caribbeans and brought in a bunch of ratchet ghetto ass niggas from the hood to live with him. And you see how they did nothing but bring their trauma and ended up tearing him down. And look where all those bum ass niggers is. The bitch that they say that he raped, that nappy headed ass bitch, and her ugly ass kids, and that one dead ass child that nigga said that Nature Boy killed. Nature Boy ain't kill that kid. Your stupidity having a kid in fucking the Caribbeans under that ghetto ass environment killed that fucking kid. And you see how he did all that, and you see how they took him down, and you see how all of those niggers are still back in the matrix doing nigger shit. They're nobodies. They're just probably working at a warehouse, or they're just a regular person. You see? So it just shows you that that's not escaping the matrix. Escaping the matrix is actually not needing the matrix, or needing it very little. I'm not going to say not needing completely, because then we still human, and we're going to all, and even with me saying this, I'm just saying this as of right now. I'm not saying this as I truly 100% believe in it, because I've not taken the energy to that level for me to completely say that desires on a level of like that of like desires and shit and wanting shit is something that you can't get rid of, or you can. I'm not in the position to say that, because I haven't reached that level, but I'm just speaking for this video. Try to eliminate your desires at least as possible. And this is not a forced thing. This is not forced. This is not, oh, I want to do this. No. If you're practicing the qigong, the energy, programming your mind, and you're doing the qigong meditation every day, 2 times a day, you're doing it, and let this energy build, and you're slowly bringing in the fast, and you're gonna notice you're not gonna need a lot of this shit. Because one thing I realize is everything is spiritual in this world. Everything is spiritual. Even when you see somebody who's a breatharian, they'll say, oh, to be a breatharian, you got to do this. No, how you be a breatharian is whatever the spirit tells you to do, you do that. Let's just say, first of all, it has to be your path. It's not meant for everyone. But let's say if it is your path, you do what you're supposed to do, and then you're going to get granted that ability. Just like you watch all these cartoons and they have a superhero. He has a superpower and they can shoot fire out their hand. Or like a Spider-Man, the spider bit him and he can shoot webs. That's literally spirituality. You prove to yourself, you prove to the spirit, aka yourself, that you are capable of these new creative abilities. And once you prove to it, that's like the spider biting you, giving you the power. So everything you have that's a superpower, creative ability, the spirit gave it to you at a certain time. Because even when you ask a breatharian, when did you become a breatharian? Was it overnight? They'll say, no, it just happened one day. Why didn't it happen a week before, a year later, a year before, a year later? You see what I'm saying? Because it was given to him based upon him showing. So all of the shit you were showing the spirit is fasting, qigong, meditation. That shit doesn't do anything. Nothing gives anything, because there's people who eat healthy who got cancer and died. So everything is all spiritual. It has nothing to do with it. You got to do what the fuck you got to do. This is why some people can do some shit and get away with it. Some people that do some shit, they don't get away with it. It depends what your spiritual mission is. But you always got to remember, like, everything is spiritual. Nothing is just happen sake. Like, it is what it is. That's why I would never tell anybody to go out and do what I do. Like, people telling me, oh, like when somebody says something about like they're gonna go do what I do and shit. Like, don't do what I do. And I'm not gonna tell you guys what I do, because you guys know what I did and I don't do anymore. But I don't tell people to do it. If anything, don't do what the fuck I do. You don't need to do what I fucking do. I don't want anybody to do what I do. I wish I didn't even tell people. Not that I give a fuck about you guys knowing what I'm doing, but I don't want people to think that that's spirituality or I can do this and get away, and it's not even like that. Like your situation ain't like mine. Because first of all, you got to develop a connection to self and intuition so you can actually have an awareness of what the fuck is going on. That's where you develop the connection. You can have an awareness. So when you have an awareness, then you'll have a knowing of what you need to be doing and not doing. You go around and start doing shit you don't even know. Like motherfuckers think like, oh, you go in here and steal. Like first of all, I don't just go and just start stealing shit like that. And even there was times like I didn't get caught because Spirit told me to cut it down and stop going here. So, and even then, it was like, that's what I'm telling you, niggas need to worry about what the fuck you need to do and just stop. Don't, like, you guys got to know who you are and then be able to do what you got to do. Don't copy what other people copy. Don't listen. And this goes from what I'm saying to like, I'm not saying like, take the information that's valuable and then use it. That's what I'm saying. Don't just, and it goes for the TikTok videos. It goes for all the other shit. It goes for everything. You gotta know what the fuck is going on here. Like right now, like I'm about to do something in a couple months. Well, within a couple months, I'm about to do something, and you got to see something. But I'm not gonna tell you. Like I said, it's nothing even physical. This is a spiritual thing I'm doing. So when I say I'm about to do something or watch my channel, it's nothing physical. I'm not about to do nothing physical. This is all spiritual. Well, anything physical is going to be physical within my confined closed doors. But it's not like I'm gonna go out and do something to create a big event and it's illegal or there's nothing. It's all spiritual. What I'm doing. A lot of spiritual warfare happens like in the spiritual realm. It doesn't happen physically. It could play out physically, and by the time it plays out physically, that means you know that shit worked. That's why I told you guys like watch my channel, because it's kind of because you see how like right now my shit like is a little quiet. I don't know. Like last time I remember years ago when the like certain when certain trolls were coming on my page. It's weird because I be doing shit in real life, and then trolls would be coming, but then I don't do certain shit, and they leave me alone. Like it's some saying, it's some spiritual warfare going on. You guys gotta understand what the fuck is going on. Like I'm telling you guys, like, there's some spiritual warfare going on. Like perfect. Cool. I'm gonna read some of these comments. I keep saying I'm gonna read the comments, but I be stuck on one comment. Shout out to Jackie New. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna read everybody's comment. So shout out to my nigga Jackie New. The fuck it won't let me click her thing. It's not letting me click Jackie New's fucking comment. That's weird. That's hella weird. See, it won't even let me click it. It just goes straight to Mysterio's comment. But yeah, it's like, hey, I did Qigong 3 times a day. What happened if you do Qigong yoga? It's just gonna make you a fucking you're just gonna feel really energized and you're gonna be really healthy because you're gonna be releasing more blockages, more energy. Yeah, Qigong 3 times a day. That's good. That's good. Do you think social media is unlocking? Give me a minute, guys. Do you think social media is unlocking? Do you think social media is unlocking the human stimulus that's terrible for the psyche? I don't want to say that. Well, it depends what you're watching on. So I want to say social media as a whole, but certain things. Fuck. Certain things on social media, yeah. But I want to say social media as a whole. I don't want you guys to think I mean social media is bad, like in general, like never ever use it. But you got to understand that there's a lot of witchcraft being taken place, like the feds and all these agencies. They're on this shit, and I'm thinking like I didn't think I knew they were always on it, but I didn't think that they were
looking at small channels, but I'm guessing like anyone who's a threat, they look up, because you guys got to understand why they're looking up people on the internet. Like the reason they're looking people up is because they're scared. That's the reason. They're scared that their system is that people are gonna wake, because people are slowly waking up. That's why nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to. Even they'll make videos. Like even when you watch the video, like it's all projection. Like the shit you see on YouTube is projection of these people and how they see society. Like they'll be like, nobody wants to work. Men are giving up in society. So they see that as a problem, but then they try to do some reverse psychology and try to transmute the energy so it doesn't end up being as bad as it could be. So then they make videos and they try to profit off of it, and they try to make people feel connected in a world that is already disconnected, so they can keep you like wasting time in their loop, in their mind. Because you got to always understand, there is nothing like the Masons, the Jews, and the people who run the system. They're very bored people. They don't do nothing but sit on their ass and tell people what to do. It's at a point right now where they don't even have to tell people what to do. They don't have to tell people what to do because everything's literally on autopilot. Like the person who is in charge of generating energy at the nuclear plant, that's already some bot sheet. So everything is already on. So they just literally sit on their ass and do nothing. So when you see a Mason or a Jew, or like the people who are controlling this, when they're showing invested interest in something, or they want you to like something, that should be a huge red flag. Like, how does a multi-quadrillionaire individual, or people who are in connections with people of this type of class level, or they're at that tax, whatever level you want to call it, why do they care about me voting? Why do they care about me liking Donald Trump? Why do they want me to spend my money that they print on gold and Bitcoin and all this other shit? And I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, or you should, or like what. I'm just trying to get you guys, like, why does somebody need that? Like if a person with $20 million network came up to you and asked you for $1, you're gonna be thinking something like, it's gonna be weird as compared to if a homeless person asked you for $1 million, because this person has ulterior motives. He must. So this is why I'm saying, like, it's the same with these faggot Jews and me. Like, what are they not? They don't do nothing all day but just sit on their ass and just bitch, complain, and try to they try to control the internet, and it's all based upon them not wanting to lose their position where they can just sit on their ass and not do shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is why you always got to look at, like, why do they want me to? Why are they spending so much time, money, and giving out people tens of thousands and millions of dollars to these content creators to promote this bullshit? It's because there's an agenda. It's because there's a lot of fear. They have a lot of fear. Because you always got to remember, like, nobody's exempt from certain emotions. Like, if you're a human in a vessel, you got to have to experience certain emotions and certain things, fear, whatever, at some point. And the more you're in the higher you go up, the harder you fall. So these people who put themselves in a position where they can hide behind their identity of money and everything, it's just going to be a harder fall from them, because that means the energy has to come at them harder to make them feel all the shit that they reap what they sowed. So it's going to be a harder fall for them. You see what I'm saying? It's like if somebody had $20 million and I want to make them go broke, versus if somebody had 20 million and somebody else had $20. If I want to make both of them, if I want to make the $20 person go broke, I just got to flatten his tire and he has to go spend money to get a tire fixed. The dude who has 20 million, I can't flatten his tire. So I have to come up with a bigger problem. So the bigger problem is going to be their downfall, because the higher you go, the harder you fall. So the person with 20 million, if I want to make them go broke, I'm gonna have to do something that's gonna hurt them even more than the person who had $20 and went broke from me slashing the tire. Because even though he has no money after getting the tire fixed, it's just a tire. Who cares? The dude with 20 million, he built his whole identity. He spent years. So whatever I do to take that away from it is gonna be harder. And then that's on a spiritual level with these faggot Jews and Masons. They're about to get exactly what they reap, what they sowed for, and it's gonna be a problem. And that's why a lot of them are angry and upset. So at this point, they're really, it really is no point for them to, like, I don't want to say there's no point, but they're at a situation where it's technically almost no point for them to do right. But in all actuality, it is, because the more worse they do, the longer their shit's gonna be. Like the more they're gonna have to reap what they sowed on top of this shit. So it's just like they're in a horrible situation right now. So at this point, they just accept the fact and rationalize, and they're hoping that they can somehow reach enlightenment or something through what they're doing. This is why they have to make it like you know how they threw Nature Boy in jail, and then they try to say that he was raping a woman, or they'll sit there and they'll throw away a gang leader for selling dope, but then they have Walgreens, or they'll go out and um, if you have a small business and you're like selling health products, they'll close your business because you don't have a business license, but then they'll have McDonald's open up pushing poison. You see, it's like dumb shit. So that they hide behind this stuff so they can make you look bad. Oh, even though you're selling health goods, oh, you're selling health goods, you should have got your business license. You're bad, and make you feel guilty. Where in reality, they're selling poisons and they can do it. So this is what they like to do, and they'll throw people away, like people like Nature Boy, or they'll throw other gang leaders, or like put P Diddy and make you think that, oh, we're doing something good. It's like, I'm not saying what P Diddy did was good or bad. I can give a shit what the fuck he did, because the reason why I don't care about that is because you knew what P Diddy was doing. So if you knew about it, it's like, you should have handled it before. When you go and you fast forward and you wait years later, it makes me kind of look like you trying to blackmail, or you on some bitch shit. Like if somebody came up to, let's say, if somebody did something to me, let's say somebody stole something from me 10 years ago, and somebody came up to me today and said, that guy stole something for you. I seen him steal it. And I'm like, that was 10 years ago. Why did you tell me then? You know what I would do? I will go handle the situation with the dude that was 10 years ago. And if it was something I didn't even mind losing, I would actually just not even say nothing to the other dude and just say whatever. But what I would do is like, why didn't you tell me? If you were cool with me and you fuck with me, why didn't you tell me before? And I'm gonna be looking at that motherfucker like, you're a problem. You're an accomplice in a way because you allowed it. So this is why I'm saying, like, fuck these niggas. Like, you're not gonna sit there and pull that type of reverse psychology and make people look like they're bad. Where you're creating situation, you put drugs in the street. Get the fuck out of here. That's stupid. I don't give a fuck what a nigga does. Like, stop putting drugs in the street. Nobody will go and sell drugs, dummy. And then they'll do that so they can think like, oh, we're not gonna reap what we sow. But the thing is, when you're doing that, you may not reap what you sow, but your karma is on a standstill. So it's not, their karma isn't gone, but it's not like going in a way it should for they to reap it right now. But it's like at a standstill. So they have to keep manipulating and doing things and shadow blocking so their karma doesn't reap sooner than they will like. Because it's gonna go sooner or later. Something's gonna happen. But they're trying to make it last for as long as possible, because when you're in a life or death situation and you're on the brink of experiencing eternity or damn near eternity of excruciating pain, which some of these Masons are going to and have faced, then you're going to do whatever to try to prolong it, and you're going to rationalize while it's right. It's like you see those people who they kill somebody on ACD Discovery Channel. They'll kill somebody and there's so much evidence, but then they keep lying. Even though they know that the person knew, but it's because they're so desperate to not go to jail that they'll do anything to lie. That's how these Masons are. They're fucked. They're like literally on the judgment stand for all the shit they did. And they're literally on it. And they have to keep doing shit to make people think that, oh, we're good people. We're not bad. We're trying to, but that shit ain't working because we're in a new time. You see what I'm saying? It's not working. And this is, and like videos like this, they're going to keep censoring because they don't want people to realize what the fuck is going on. It's just crazy. The VI Izzle. Oh, there we go. We got Jackie New. Comment. They weren't letting me show it earlier. Shout out to Jackie New. VI Izzle. What's good with it? I haven't seen you in a minute. Peace, fam. Keep doing your thing. Yep, for sure. Yeah. See, I'm gonna go up and read some more of these comments. Hold on, give me a minute, guys. Yeah, we just gotta get our like. And I'm just saying all this shit just to let you guys know, because like, I know a lot of people, they watch my videos and stuff. They get a lot of good information. Because me, I'm like one of the only few channels. Shout out to other channels out there who do give information, but I'm one of the few channels who I give practical information and advice to help people. So like everything I'm saying, I want to give you guys a solution. That's why I talk about Qigong, fasting, yoga. I talk about more than just that too, but reality, that's really the main thing that's gonna get you to like. It's not like the Qigong fasting yoga is gonna make you something you're not. It's gonna strip away all the programs and all the bullshit that's cluttering you, that doesn't belong to you, that is not you. That's what that Qigong fasting yoga, and it's gonna make you. It's gonna reveal the real you to you. That's what it's doing. And then from that point, you don't even need me no more. You don't need no one. You know what to do. You're yourself. I can't tell you how to be you better than you. All the thing I can do is tell you how to strip all the bullshit programs and all the clutter. Once that you're you know what to do, you're gonna become great. So the Qigong ain't making you nothing. It's stripping away what's already in you. The fasting, the gig, the yoga, all that. It's really just energy exercises. Qigong, when you're moving your hands, don't look at it like the way they look at it. Like we gotta change the whole program about health. Like they try to, even when you watch the Qigong video, they try to make it look like, oh, we're building chi and we're bringing in the energy. They try to sensationalize this shit. At the end of the day, what you're doing is you know how you when you lift the weight, you build muscle. When you're lifting like barbell bench, think of that the same way, but think of it with energy. So when you're moving your hands and you're breathing, you're building chi, or what they call chi, and then that energy itself is what makes you is what you're feeling. That's a process. Your body is creating the process in the body. Nothing is being grabbed from the external world. Everything is happening in the body. And then once you do that depending on how long you want to take it, you're able to use that energy and program it to whatever you do in life. That's really what Qigong is. What they call Qigong is really an energy exercise, and you're moving your body the same way you're lifting. Look at lifting weights as yang and Qigong as yin. It's still your muscle, but it's your non-physical muscle. I don't want to say non-physical, but like it's physical, but it's it's less dense. It's still part of this realm. Chi, that energy, all that, it's still part. Don't think it's non-physical and it's some type of spiritual energy that's magic. That's not what it is. It's a process that's going in your body. Anything you feel is your nervous system, is the blood flow. It's activating in a certain way. This is why you feel what you feel when you do Qigong. When you do it longer and longer, you're intensifying that, and you're tapping into deeper parts of the body. That's like if you got a computer desktop and you put a cheap ass Intel chip in there, it's not going to run faster as if you spend $3,000 on an Intel chip and you put it in the same computer. Same desktop, but you're putting a different chip to make it run stronger. It's the same thing. And then when you put the chip in, you have more access to more features, more things you can do. The Qigong, you have more access to things you can do. How you think those niggas in China be putting their hand in boiling water and then they don't be burning them? That's that energy, but on a higher level. That's advanced level. Niggas be breaking the bricks with their hand and shit. All of that. That's from chi energy that they're building up. That's the energy, if you think about it. Because when you build the energy to a certain point, that energy, it makes it where your body doesn't respond. So now when you break a brick with your hand, it's not that his hand broke the brick. It's the energy that fucking was like adding, is like the energy was, look at it like a gas powered vehicle. The gas propels the vehicle. The energy in a way just propelled the hand, and it broke it. All right, my bad. I don't know what was going on. The internet's kind of. But look at it, the Qigong is like it propels you, it helps you, and you're building this energy. And I don't even want to say it like in a way, because this is all something that's developed within you. He's like, I'm trying to have superpowers with Qi. That is more advanced. That right there is an advanced level of Qigong. That's an advanced level of Qigong. That's gonna be an advanced level. That take years. Like Very few people I've seen do that, but there are people who do that. But like that right there, that's gonna take. I don't know how long that'll take, or even, but having to do superpowers and stuff like that, it is possible with that. But you're gonna have to take the practice a lot deeper, and it's gonna probably take a while to get to that state. Give me a minute, guys. Give me 1 minute. Me and some other people are creating another website or building another YouTube. I already read that. Yeah, it takes years. Anything you do in life takes years. There's rarely anything in life that you do that does not take years. You gotta understand that. Like everything you do is gonna take a long time. Anybody's telling you that you can get results doing anything quick, they're full of shit. And if you don't believe me, go outside and look at the world around you. The average human being is not successful. I'm not even gonna go out as far as say they're failures, but look at it like most people haven't set out and accomplished what they want to accomplish. Every human being has something they want to accomplish. Even if it's a bum on the street everyone wants to accomplish something. Even if it is to fucking find money so you can have some dope at the end of the day. Like everybody's trying to accomplish something. Some people can't even accomplish that. You know how many homeless people go to bed without no drugs because they couldn't even accomplish that? So it's like, at the end of the day, we all have something we want to accomplish, and it takes time, it takes energy and effort. And people don't want to do that. Like they just want to think it comes overnight. And like nothing is free in this world. That's why I hate like even the term blessing. Like don't get me wrong, I'm good. It's good to be fortunate, and yeah, you could be blessed. But when you a blessing and you being fortunate, it all stems from the concept of you doing what you had to do. If that was the case, then a bum on the street would just get $1 million handed to them. There'll be a lot more stories of a person who was homeless and they had a fortune given to them and they're living in the hills. There's very little stories of that, and even the stories of that, there was things that homeless person probably did to even have that situation manifest. Like you see what I'm saying? Like it's nothing just happens. Look at reality. You see the same patterns in life. Like it's funny. Like I was looking at, when you see a dog or you see an ant or you see a grasshopper, every single grasshopper you see does the same thing. Just think about it. When you every dog you've ever seen, every squirrel you've ever seen, every fucking bug or ant, grass, every animal or insect you ever see, did you see that insect doing something different from another insect? They were doing all the same thing. A dog, you always see a dog eating, walking, sitting, laying. There's always a few things. So don't you think that's the same with humans? And I realize it because I be talking to people and sometimes like people talk to me and I'll be observing and I'll be listening to people's conversations and everybody's really going through the same shit. I was walking down the street, I heard some lady, oh man, I went to the DMV and I have to go back again and this and that and dad, he's not fucking allowing us to go do this and mom is doing that. It's always the same thing. Human beings, we go through the same fucking shit. Like, so, like, I don't know where I was going with this, but it just made me realize human beings, we go through the same shit. Ain't nobody doing anything really. And this is why I know I remember. This is why nobody's successful because every human being is going through the same thing. And if you don't have discipline, strength, and willpower, you're going to make the same mistakes as everybody. So when everybody goes through the same thing, which we all go through, it's just in a different way because we're human. It's a little bit different. You're going to make the same mistakes based on everybody's program. So this shows you how everyone is full of shit because everybody's going through the same problem. And then how they handle it is reverting to running away from their pain or running away from you see what I'm saying? Trying to go to their desires. So human beings are no different than animals. No different. Like you go see a regular stranger. He ain't doing anything else. Yeah, the situations are different, but the energy's still the same. They're still dealing with certain emotions. Like let's just say you got cheated and somebody fuck with you, or somebody stole something from you. Some negative happened to you. Let's just say you feel angry and upset. That anger and upset, you felt that, right? Somebody else, they're feeling that same way and going through the same shit, but it may not be of them stealing, getting something stolen. It may be they somebody beat their ass or some shit, or somebody, you see what I'm saying? It's the same, but that feeling is still there. So this is why I'm telling you, like, we're all going through the same shit. This is why when I speak, a lot of you guys can relate to me. Or you guys say, oh, you're speaking straight to me. Or this spiritual person, it's not that they speaking straight to you. Or you'll read the Bible. The Bible said this and that. Like my brother will always say this dumb shit. Oh, the Bible said this. The Bible said, I don't give a fuck about another damn Bible. You're not understanding it. You're not trying to hear me. I don't want to hear you, and I'm not trying to understand you. Because I don't understand that stupid shit. It's like, at the end of the day, we animals. Animals do the same shit. Once you start able to tap in and pick up the energy everybody's going through, regardless of the situation, and that's what you call a psychologist, mind reader. That's how, in a certain way, you can do witchcraft. You can manipulate, because we're all going through the same thing. You just got to know how to tap into the root energy and then play on that. And then no matter what is going on in their life, they're going to be able to relate to you because of that energy, that root energy. It's like, that's when you start tapping into witchcraft, manipulation, and it's like how to like be the psychologist, that whole concept of psychology, really, because it's really based upon human beings all going through the same shit. Like they have psychology of animals, how animals act. It's how people are able to train animals. So it's the same way with humans. What you call education is. Education is training of humans, animals. So psychologists, Masons, and all these motherfuckers, that's what they sit they faggot asses in. They're trying to do all this psychology, but the funny thing is, like, they're humans too. So what about their psychology? Are they studying their own psychology? And how could they even study it? Because it's dumb. It's not. They're not gonna get a full perspective, because it's not like somebody who's able. Because they think what they're doing is smart, but from a person looking outside in, they're fucking retarded. They're batshit crazy, but they don't think that. So they could only, even if they were to observe themselves, they could only observe them fucking selves from their own perspective, which is fucking retarded. This is what they try to do, try to study people and shit. And then like they don't even come in their brain. Like, how do they even know what they're studying is authentic? Like, somebody could be lying. Somebody could not be truthful. Like, how would they even really understand that? And what about their own psychology to get them to the point? Because for them to think that they need to study people, that's a certain stimuli. That's a certain thought. That's not something that's normal. Like, who the fuck said it's normal for you to have to study people? So they try to think like what they're doing is the end all be all, and they're trying to help. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You're not doing any of that shit. Because where did you get that mindset that makes you want to study people? Because that's not a normal mindset. You can't say that's normal. Everybody's supposed to have that. Because at that point, I don't agree with you. You just making shit up. So you came up with it probably from some trauma, some fear, something. So you got to address your own mental illness, bitch, before you start addressing other people's mental illness. Because the only reason they're addressing the world and spying on the world like the world is in their business is because of fear. It's not because of the world is in their business. It's because the world is in their possibility of somebody fucking destroying them and them all dying and their system going down. That's the interest. Don't ever forget that. That's the only reason they care. It's because they're in fear. Imagine if somebody was about to break into your house and kill you and your family. Like, literally, that's the same type of energy that they have right now about people waking up. And they need to, because it's going to be bad for them when people wake up. When people are going to wake up. Even if they don't. Spiritually, a lot of them are in hell. It's bad for them. So it's like, there's spirit at the end of the day that's going to die and have to go through hell. They talking about all this shit. Oh, we're eternal. Like, because a lot of these fucking faggot bases, you can watch a lot of these channels, and like, if you see a channel and it'll have an AI voice, and then they'll have music in the background, and in the beginning of the video, it'll be like, do you ever ponder at night of what it feels like for your soul to be out of the body? This is a well-known theory called astral traveling. Astral traveling, like you see when they talk, that's a Mason channel. They have to speak with a certain tone and dialect and question, like, and the way they talk is like they don't even know what the fuck. Because anybody who really knew the information wouldn't even make it that deep. It'll just be like, this is what it is. Move the fuck on. They try to make it look like it's spectacular. You know you're a spirit in a human body? Okay, who gives a shit? Do you ever say, do you know you have a hand and fingers? No, you just use your hand and fingers for what you need to use them for. I'm not saying you're ungrateful, but a person who doesn't give a shit that he has a spirit or not, but saved 1 million people is showing more respect than a spirit than a fat ass, faggot, bum ass nigga who comes home and watches TikTok videos about the spirit and writes comments, peace, love, but you don't do shit but work at a warehouse. A person who's at another position, they're more better than you. He could be like, fuck this stupid spiritual shit. I ain't give a fuck about this dumbass shit. Fuck God and all that crap. But yet his actions show more. They're doing more than your stupid ass. So you gotta understand and be careful for those Mason channels out there. Be careful for them fucking channels, because them fucking channels, like there's so many of them. They're AI channels. So what they do is they make a bunch of fake channels and they monetize these channels and they get these channels in the algorithm because they're in their Masonic field. So they'll have the system put them up there so they can make money because they're trying to make money. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's all fake, and then they'll just, what they do is they make an AI and they just talk. This is why they only talk about the same shit. It's 2024. You're talking about the same shit as 2018 about the spirit and the astral projection. Bitch, we already know astral. We already know synchronicities and numbers and all. Talk about something else. It's that they can't. This is why you know it's an agent channel. It's an agent channel, or it's a spiritual person who they probably just got into spirituality, but most of them are agent channels. These people are agent channels, and they don't know nothing to talk about. And even if they talk, because think about it, we got deep channels like me. Why don't they talk deeper? They don't have to say what I'm saying, but they should know it's deeper than that. But they can't take it to that level because that's going into that esoteric aspect of it, and then they can't give you too much astrology because too much astrology is actually will like be a detriment to the system. The only reason they even have astrology and New Age out here is because they have to at this point, because too many people know about it. If they, what the fuck, it looked like them shadow banning all of the New Age shit where you can't, it'll be obvious. So that's the only reason it's out here. So now that it's out here, they have to try to manipulate it to try to keep people stuck in it. So now they're trying to make New Age a new religion because religion has a cap. Real spirituality doesn't. So that New Age shit is a religion. This shit, because everything that they talk about on their page is all the same fucking shit. For the past 2017, 2021, 2018, 19, the same fucking shit, and it's the same format. And it'll be like some Pleiadian light of service or some cosmic galactic. You know, so it's always cosmic or galactic. It's always like they're always showing their blueprint of what they think space looks like, what like the planets and the lights, like. What the fuck does that have to do with spirituality? Nobody even said cosmic and any of that. Like when you talk about Saturn and Pluto and all, those are energies. That has nothing to do with no fucking planet and that's an energy. Dumbass. That shit you see in the sky, those are satellites. Remember, Dolo already debunked that shit. Those are satellites. So what the fuck is galactic and space and all this shit that they made up from Star Trek, all that Star Wars shit? What does that have to do with spirituality? That's what you could tell it's all bullshit. Because then they'll put like a star or something, like what they say a galaxy or the parallel infinite universe looks like, and show some fucking pictures that look like somebody sprayed some tie-dye on a shirt. Like, why the fuck am I seeing all these colors and shit, nigga? Like, you like tie-dye? Or you think or you telling me that's what reality looks like? A bunch of tie-dye on a black screen. Get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit. Trash ass fucking trash ass shit. Because we're at a different time. Like, so like, this is why I tell you gotta change. Even like the people who run the system, you'll think that you gotta change. Like, but when it comes to spirituality, they can't change. Because when you change too much, it's not like anything else in spiritual. In the physical, you're supposed to change. Spirituality really doesn't change, but it never was in a situation where it could change or anything. So it just is. So that's one thing they can't change is the spirituality. Because if they change the spirituality, then they're at risk of people waking the fuck up and realizing none of this shit matters. So they have to keep it in a religion aspect. So anybody talking real esoteric, they're going to try to shadow ban the fuck out of you Even if you don't think you're trying to do it, let's just say you're just speaking, but you're not even going deep, but you just don't speak it in there. They don't like that shit. You gotta have a certain look, everything. You gotta be just fucking. But the thing is, though, eventually people are going to wake up. They already did. Remember back in 2016, everybody was talking about synchronicities and numbers and all that. I know wrong, people do, but you could tell the energy is different now. All those people that was talking about it, they don't talk about it no more. They're kind of back like I remember back in 2016, everybody was a certain way because everybody thought there was a time like around 2016, 2015, everybody thought spirituality was like the ticket to having a better life, which it is, but you have to do the work. And even when you're doing the work, your life is still gonna have problems depending on who you are. So people didn't know that. So everybody I was like the craze back in 2016. Everybody was on a spiritual path, which is good. But then life happened and things happened. And pandemic accelerated it more. Not even the pandemic. I don't want to say it, but just life in general, because it wasn't just the pandemic, it was other shit people were going through. It accelerated more, and then people started losing faith subconsciously. So now where we're at now, where it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like all the pages, all the social people on the internet, like nobody knows shit. Everything is the same, regurgitated shit over and over. We heard about it 2015. When we heard about it 2015, everybody was taking it for, oh, this is good. Everybody was doing the work and kind of got on it. But now they're saying the same shit, but you see how everything is less spiritual, especially 2020. Now, all these people who are spiritual, who believed in the virus and shit, they can't go back. They're for like forever to have a fucking L on their forehead and a dunce cap. So they can't even go back. So that just accelerated. Oh my God. That shit just accelerated it more. So like this is what I'm telling you guys. Like this shit is crazy. This is why I can tell like most people are just fucking like this world is lost. Because I literally seen it with my own eyes. I seen it back in 2016 how the energy was and how it's the same energy now. And you see the same. And then nowadays, back then, everybody there was less of these Fed bots and shit online back then. Nowadays, everybody talking about all that synchronicity shit in 4-4. Most of those people are the Feds, are the fucking those agents. If you think about it, because who the fuck is gonna make a fucking 20-minute video about synchronicities and 4-4-4 in this day and age if you're really spiritual? If you're just coming into spirituality, that's a different thing. But nobody at this point in time, not as many people are coming into spirituality. People aren't coming to spirituality they were back then. People are coming to fucking some Alex Jones, Donald Trump conspiracy nut shit. That's not spirituality, which people call awakening or some shit, chosen one shit. But spirituality, nobody's really coming into that shit really. So like anybody who's talking about certain like talking points and calling it spiritual is literally, you could tell it's their shit because they can't talk about certain shit. And then when they talk about other shit, it can only go so far due to their lack of competency and them being fucking retarded, or they
or they can't because they're scared to go over that information, because if they drop that information, it's going to be too deep and they're going to run the risk of people like going somewhere else or realizing certain shit. Even a lot of their technology, a lot of the AI, the robots, a lot of that shit, it doesn't even need to exist. A lot of the reasons a lot of this new technology is going to exist is going to be based upon the desires of the people. So don't think that there's any technology that they're really making that people need. It's just people have fell into that desire due to like the epigenetics, and over time people have gotten dumber and their body's weaker, so they may need certain shit, or they may think they need certain shit, and then they program on top of them program you to need certain shit, so then they'll create technologies off of it and all this dumb shit. Like I said, a breatharian doesn't need anything. There's people who don't eat. There's thousands of breatharians on the planet. There's people right now who do not need to eat, and they live a normal life, happy, and they're chilling. They have energy. They're running around, having a good time. They're not going to show you that on the TV because they don't want to push that programming. But I've seen them. I've talked to them. There's breatharian out there, but there's communities of them. You don't hear about it because it's very thing. And the fuck, I forgot what I was getting on, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. Shit, they don't want you doing shit. So that's all you guys gotta understand. I forgot what I was getting at, but just know that there's a lot of breatharian, and they're blocking a lot of that information. They don't want people knowing about this information. They're hella blocking this shit. So say right, all of the sounds like some sci-fi fantasy shit, telling you spirituality. Yeah, exactly. Stupid. How was niggas spiritual but took the bag? Yeah, I don't even want to say that. I don't even want to type push the comment. I don't want them fucking and you see how hard they went fucking shadow banning. Like people had to figure out for themselves that you couldn't talk about it. Like everybody got their channel banned because when they were going on a ban, they could at least put a fucking an alert saying nobody talk about this or your channel will get banned. They literally just fucking didn't even say anything, put some stupid shit, and then obviously everyone's gonna talk about it, and everyone talked about it, and then they got their channel banned. And some people had to learn the hard way and get their channel removed. Some people had to get a fucking a spanking like one or two times or a warning. Some people just didn't give a fuck and kept making it, but like they were taking everyone's shit down. And you had to find out yourself to not talk about that shit. They didn't even tell you really. They just like you just have to find out yourself. Because you made a video. I remember that time. Like you just started because they were talking about the whole pandemic shit, and then you just talk about what's on the news. And I remember people would just talk about it. I'll talk about it, and then my channel get banned. I'm like, what the fuck did I say? And then I'll make another one. It's that health thing. And I'm like, okay. And then you make it again, talk about it and do it again. And then once like that second time, third time, you're like, all right, we can't talk about this shit. And then you see it happening to other content creators and them banned. Then that's when people start realizing, okay, we can't speak on that shit. And you see how nobody really spoke up or nothing. So what if they wanted to just fucking just do that same energy, but on just some regular shit, like what I'm talking about? Just start going hard like that. But even if they did do that, the whole fucking YouTube will be a ghost. It'll look so deserted. YouTube will look like fucking like Fox Network or Nickelodeon because everything on it will look fucking sponsored and fake and shit. So that's another reason probably why they don't do that shit, because just so many people speaking truth, and now literally just fucking accelerate it. Because sometimes I'm like, maybe it's a good thing if they do some shit like that. Because what if they do something that really piss everyone the fuck off, or it pisses too many people off? That could be a catalyst for people to wake up and say, fuck this shit. Shit's crazy. It's funny how somebody told me, like, oh, you wear this sweater all the time. I was like, bitch, this sweater cost me 90 fucking bucks. It's so funny how you go and if I go and buy a fucking Gucci jacket for like 3,500 and I wore it every day, people will call me broke. But if I go and get like a dozen cheap ass items from Burlington Coat Factory, niggas will say you're rich because you got a different pair. Even if you got some cheap outlet Nike apparel from like Burlington or like the cheap, they'll say you're rich because you're wearing a different shirt. But then if you go get a $3,500 Gucci shirt and you wear it every day, the niggas will be like, you're poor. They'll look at you weird. Like, bitch, if I'm spending that much money on a fucking jacket, like what? Like that's what I'm saying. This world is so stupid. That's why I say all that shit is dumb. That's why I never really been into like fashion and all that. But when I see niggas, like I got people in my family, just people I know, they'll be like, they'll go spend so much money on a shirt just to go and fucking not wear it. I don't see them wear it again. I'm like, why the fuck you spend that much money and you ain't wearing it? Like, but then in life, you'll see like a broke ass person get a Walmart shirt and then he'll let that shit last him. But then it's stupid. It's crazy. It's like this. I said this world is so dumb. Like even when I see like rich people or like you see a rich person, right? He'll be like, oh, I just got this new video game set, or I got this new PC, or I got this. I spent $10,000 on this gaming rig, but he don't even have time to play it. He's out there working. They're out there doing so much shit. They got family, got all this, but then they can afford it. But then the bum who just stays at his grandmother's house, who has all the time in the world, he can't even afford it. So it's such a fucking like it's fucking hilarious. This world is, that's what I said, this whole system is a scam, and you guys got to see it. That's why don't put your energy into any of this shit. Don't put your money, energy into any of this shit. Learn how to just be happy within. And because a lot of people are just trying to chase They're not even, a lot of people you see. I remember when I was living with my dad, we were, back a couple years ago, we were in that big ass house, like literally by the beach. You guys seen when I was living there, right? Tell me what, like when I would walk to the beach, there'll be like a little river front, and then there'll be houses aligned on the river. And then in the person's backyard, you'll see a big ass like river, and it'll be like boats, and people go big ass porch, people could chill. That whole time I was living with my dad for like, I think it was like 6 months I was living with him. That whole time, I did not see anybody in their backyard chilling or nothing. And I'm like, you have a nice big porch, you have a backyard, you have a boat, and this nice area. And I don't even see them out. Like, where are they? Like, they're just inside. And it's like, because they're so busy with life, with work. They're probably working the tech industry and fucking busy all the time. Or even when they're not busy, they're just trying to accomplish something in their life that it's like it's fleeting. And like they end up thinking that they're living some life and oh, I'm gonna buy this car. But the only time they drive is to go to work or to go pick up their kids or whatever. They barely drive it to do anything. And then they live this life trying to prove, but in all the reality, time is passing and they're not even living. And then by the time they die, they have all this money that they spent and pay taxes to, and they didn't even get to really live their life. And then they want you to retire and that's it. And then you think you lived it, but in reality, when you look at back all those days you working, it's like you're not gonna get back. And then that's how you see that's another reason why you see like countries like China and shit. That's a big problem in Japan. All those Chinese countries, that's a bigger problem. Those people don't even have no life. They can't work. Like they work, but like their whole life is work. Go to Japan. Why do you think Japan has so much technology? Why the fuck do you think China has more advanced? You guys think, oh, China's more advanced America than America. That's a good thing in a way. Because if it wasn't, it would be a harder life. Look at Japan, how hard it is to be successful out there compared to the US, and how depressed and how suicidal people are out there. Because the programming is so, in order to have a civilization that's so technologically advanced at the stage that it is, that quickly, and how they amassed it, the people had to be hard workhorses. This is why in those countries, 40 hours a week in America, in Japan, China, Korea, it's like 80 hours a week. And then they call you on the weekends and you can't, and people be committing suicide, people be depressed and all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's worse out there. I'm not saying it ain't bad here, but it's worse. And even if you look at the US, in a way, people are stressed. But if you think about it, like you go to a third world country, they stress. But in a third world countries, looking at America, like America, they're happy. But then you come to America, people have more than them, but at the expense. So yeah, America is a prosperous country, but at the expense that you got to go work a 9 to 5 and you got to do all this. Whereas in a poverty country, you don't have to do all that, but yet there ain't really shit out there. So it's like, this is how they created their shit. That's why I said the system is a fucking scam. And I see it. Like I just see this shit. Check Biblical News TV. Said facts. Biblical News. Might have to change that name. Biblical. Not really feeling that biblical, but shout out to you though. Yeah. But it's just, this shit's a scam. And I see it and I'm like, what's the point of amassing so much wealth, money, just to not even have time to spend it, and you're just gonna have to give it up? Like this one dude I was talking to, he got a divorce from his wife. He was a Filipino dude I was talking to, one of my neighbors. He got a divorce from his wife, and he owes her alimony for life. And he was telling me how he quit working, and just because he doesn't want to have to pay alimony to this bitch. And literally, when he quit working, the bitch calls him talking about why did he quit and all this, trying to like guilt shame, like he needs to be working. Like, bitch, why do you care that another grown man's working? You divorce him, get out of it, move the fuck on, bitch. You bitter fucking stingy ass wife. Like, move the fuck on. Like, I don't know why you keep calling, but she's calling him, telling, oh, you need to work, and trying to guilt shame him and shit. And like, if he was like a lot of these other niggas who had the programming and felt some type of way due to programming, he will be out there working, trying to make ends meet to help pay for that shit, thinking that he needs to be about his business. But knowing that he, don't get me wrong, it's good to be about your business, but there's a line you have to draw. I'm not going to be no bitch and I'm not going to be no punk, but I'm still going to handle my business. There's other ways to do it, even if it made me have, because if I was in this position, I'll go get a fake ID, fake social security, or get somebody else's money, or put my money in another bit, put my earnings in another account, in a business or whatever, another relative, whatever. I would not pay no damn alimony. Fuck that stupid bitch. So like, all I gotta say is like, don't. He's smart. He didn't fall for the bait. He's not working at all. Like me, I'll be still generating some money, but it just won't be documented, or I'll find a way around it. You see what I'm saying? All the way down to I'll send some fucking witchcraft, and I'm not saying I'm gonna kill the bitch, but I'll make her life miserable to the point where she's not gonna want to be on it no more. And I'll let the bitch know, like, you're gonna either have to get off this, get me off this alimony, or you're gonna have a bunch of bad luck and hell your whole life. And I'll let her know I'm doing witchcraft. So you're gonna have to get your spiritual powers up and battle me for the rest of your life, or you're just gonna be in hell, or you can just remove the alimony. That's what would be my options for the bitch. And then you won't be able to go to the police for that because, bitch, well, how you gonna? I'm not doing nothing. The spiritual energy is whipping your ass. Like, that's literally what society needs to get to when it gets to situations where women taking their kids away from men and all that. It needs to get to that point. Like, anytime you playing with somebody's kid, or you're in a situation where your hands are bind and you can't do nothing as a result of going to jail, or they've got a restraining order or whatever, this is where spiritual witchcraft comes in. And I'm not saying it's good to just use this, but situations like this where motherfuckers need to get got and then they want to hide behind this bum ass system, this is where that shit is. I wouldn't be surprised if so many people started doing shit like that. They probably put a law on banning that shit and make it. They probably would. Cause I'll be damned if that shit. If I'm in a situation where that shit, like, fuck that. Like, bitch, you're gonna be so mentally distraught you won't even be able to enjoy that money. That money could be used to go to your psychiatrist, and that's it. They get me off this. That is not like I'm an evil. I'm like, get me off the alimony, and it's good. Not like I'm just doing this permanently to get me off the alimony. I don't even care if it was the alimony I already paid you for. Call that. I'll just call that off. But depending on how much money, bitch, you got me for, I might have to go on an extra year after you remove the alimony. But these people are stupid though. Like, I don't know how the fuck he can, like, when he told me that story, that shit pissed me off. I'm like, wow, how the fuck did that happen? And this dude's like literally have all these money issues and fucking struggling. I'm not saying like it's all on the bitch. Like, he could obviously do things in his life, but it's like, it's retarded. Like, you shouldn't even have to be put in a situation where all this extra money is going to this bitch that she didn't do nothing. It's crazy. But it is what it is, guys. You guys gotta. It is what it is. Don't make it seem like I'm complaining. Like I'm like, because I know, like I talk about all those other TikTok people and how they bitch and complain. Like when I make my videos, I'm just telling you guys what is out there. I have a Mercury in the 8th house conjunct my moon in the 8th house, so my emotions is very Mars like, and how I convey myself and my emotions is comes out through how I convey myself. So it's just my energy. I'm not really upset or angry. This is just how I like to speak. Really, to be honest, I just have a moon. I said a Mercury, a moon a moon in Aries in the 8th house, and a Mercury in Aries in the 8th house. So it's a moon conjunct Mercury in the 8th house. Both signs, both houses, the same. So that's a lot. That's why I come off like this, how I speak. So this is like, gotta put that out there. I'm not really like, if anything, when I'm like this, I'm in a good mood. Usually when I'm depressed, you can even ask people in my family, like when I'm depressed and like I'm in a low mood, I'm not hype. I'm like more laid back and just with whatever. When I'm in a depressed mood. Like when I'm more upset, when I'm up mood, it could come off as upset, as anger, because I have a Mars in Aquarius. So my aggression and my passions and how I express anger is weird. What angers me, what pisses me off, can be weird. It's not typical of the average person. So like sometimes when I'm upset and I'm angry, I'm kind of in a good mood in a way, but depending on the situation, on certain aspects. Because if it's like a situation where I don't want to get too deep. You guys know what I mean. Because I look at it as motivation and energy, really. Like I remember, well, I don't want to get too much about. There's a lot of things in my life I accomplished through anger. I was angry and I did a lot of things I wasn't even able to do when I wasn't angry, or I was able to do it, but I didn't think I was able to do it. And then when I was angry, I did it. And then so anger, I use that to motivate me to do a lot of things. Like there've been times like certain things happen that pissed me the fuck off, and then from me being angry, I made like $1,000 because I did something. And even though it may have been negative, and when I got out of that, I was like, I'm glad I didn't get caught doing that, or I didn't do that. At least I was able to obtain something from that. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's like anger. You can use anger to do certain shit. Because like sometimes, like I have, like, some I don't, sometimes I'll forget how powerful I am in certain situations. Like even when I started doing my fast. When I started fasting, I was drinking alcohol every day and smoking, and I was taking like pain pills and shit. Before I started my fast, so I went from that to fasting, fast. I didn't get into this out of I want to be healthy. I actually like getting high and chilling, and even people telling me to stop. I would just like to do my shit. But the reason what got me in is I had a health, and that health spirit talked to me, and I went up shit, which made me realize, oh, this is what it is. But if it wasn't for that, it would have just doing whatever I was doing. Because at that point, I really didn't care. I forgot. I'll be all over. Hold on. I probably drop the link if anybody wants to join me Friday. Well, since we have other, you know, somebody yeah. Like I said, I have trouble connecting. Once I made my shit, but it says having trouble connecting. Check your internet connection. I'm online because I'm on my 5G network. No reason. They probably don't want nobody on live show. He says the sound's glitching. I don't know how it's glitching. They're not letting me oh fuck. Can you hear me now? Yeah. You guys hear me now? Just let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Because somebody said the sound was glitching. He's like, why are the immigrants here? Because they fucking want them here. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they do, why they do the shit. I don't care why they do the shit they do. I don't care why they do the shit they do. He said, "This shit was good with it.
Oh, was good.
Was good.
Hear
I'm
me?
still here. I'm still here. I hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, bro. So like I've been wondering, like, you know how you said the Qigong shit? Like you supposed to do it twice a day? Like I did that shit like
Yeah.
3 times a day. I did that shit like 3 times yesterday. And every time I do it, I always like, does it help that you tap into your imagination? Or hello?
You say your imagination. Yeah, I'm here. You say your imagination.
Yeah, does it help that you're
Can you
doing the
hear me?
Qigong? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay,
does
go ahead.
yeah.
No, what was your question? You say, does it help if you do the Qigong 3 times a day?
Yeah, does it help? Does it help the Qigong if you tap into your imagination and if you do it 3 times a day?
Yeah, that's actually what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be, when you're doing it, you want to focus, just program the energy and put your attentions into it.
Mm-hmm.
Just when you're like doing, even if you're doing the exercises, you don't like, I've done the exercises where I just did the motions and felt it, but like I didn't think too much of it, but I still felt the energy. But when you put your intentions into it, it makes it better. So yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing, but don't feel like you didn't complete the session because you didn't think or you didn't put your intentions. You just want to feel, just you want to go with the flow, like feel the energy, and that's mainly what you're doing.
But like I
But the
said, if you
intentions
put
and all
your
that,
I said put your imagination, not intentions. Like,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
okay. I was just saying
Yeah, you can do that.
cause like technically imagination is a part of your spirit. So it's like if you use more imagination, it's like, wouldn't it be
The way I
amplified?
look at it, like
Mm,
the way I see it is, if you want to do that, try it out and do it, and then if it works, then keep doing it.
okay.
So like, it's, don't look at it like it's something like you got to follow everything verbatim. If you see something that could help you, then try it out. It's all, even if it is, even if you try it doesn't work, that's still good, because if one day you want to open a course, a class, somebody asks you that question, you have more knowledge under your belt because you experienced something. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's good to, like, it's good to go through negative situations. Let's just say I'm doing Qigong and it started raining, or somebody was being loud or noisy and it distracted me. You may say that's an unfortunate event, but that's more knowledge under your belt. So now you can be, because you don't want to be in a good situation always doing something and then teach about it. You want to be in all types of situations and be able to look at that situation from 360. So try it out. If it doesn't work, that's knowledge that you can teach, and you know that you can because you know everything. So you always got to know something. So it's good that you doing it. Like have an experience. Don't worry about right. That's how that bullshit um education and nascent and their system. Oh, you can't make a mistake, or that's wrong, and that's right. Like
Yo,
mistakes is actually yeah. Go ahead.
yo, that be the problem because it's like, especially a kid who was bad in school like me, especially with playing all these sports and shit, that really gonna fuck up somebody's head. Like if they do something wrong, like and all this make a mistake and shit. Oh, you make a mistake, we're gonna punish you. When it really should be like, oh, you make a mistake, learn from the experience.
Yeah,
And then
that's for real.
people who be on that perfection shit, low key be adopting the Mason mind and shit like that. And that's why they in the positions they in right now, working a job because they wanna seek this perfection and put that on other people and shit. When you realize the niggas who succeed the most be like making the most mistakes because they had to
Yeah,
realize, damn, mistakes ain't shit.
people who like to put on people who like to project perfection onto other people, those aren't perfect people. Those are actually miserable people who are in search for perfection so much so they feel like they need to project it onto others so they can feel perfect themselves, like, and make people, because anytime somebody tries to make you feel bad for something, that shows you that's probably where their Lilith is. That's what their embarrassment is.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they're like, oh, embarrassed. So they're gonna always talk about it. And that's why if you know somebody's Lilith, you can find out what they're embarrassed about, what they like to project. And usually they'll like to project shit. Like somebody who has a Lilith and Capricorn would like to project that you always broke, or ain't nobody listening to you. You don't have no you don't have no leadership or no motion, or no one wants to listen to what you
Yeah,
gotta
I
say.
got.
Like that's a like
Yeah,
that's a person, they're embarrassed for that. So they gotta project that. So they just projecting because why do you give a shit what somebody else does or not? Like if somebody's perfect or not. Unless they are they paying your bills? Like unless you're like the fucking you're a bill payer where every bill that I have you're paying. I want you to be perfect at doing bill paying shit, like paying my fucking bill. But if you're
right.
not doing something like that, why do I care if you're fucking perfect or not? Like it doesn't matter, like, unless you got a mental illness and you want to project, or you just a piece of shit demon who's miserable within, and you just want to project your anger because you're a faggot. That's mainly what it is. And then people like that, those are people who need to get cussed out and punched in the face to make them realize they're not that important, and they need to go
Right.
do their shadow.
Right. Yeah, and then what Qigong is like. I don't know if you noticed this, but me and you could be like the only people who are consistent with this shit. Because I'll be telling other people about this, but it's like,
That's good. That's good. That means
because
it's a
like,
market. It's a market for us. That means we got more energy in it. That's good. Don't be mad. I don't look at it like it's that's a good thing. That's
that's a
more
good
energy.
thing. You know
Yeah,
what?
it's
That
an
might be a
energy.
good thing. Because
Yeah,
like,
about to open. Yeah,
yeah,
you
go
going
ahead.
back to go ahead.
Not it might be a good thing because it's like we could probably make some money off of it.
Exactly, and they come to us to learn from it and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I'm trying to this qigong thing. Like, but
Hmm.
the thing is, I was like, because you're right. Like I didn't know you were still on it. To be honest, I thought you
Oh,
were. I thought I was the only one still. I've been doing this for 4 months. Well, over
no,
4 months.
like I actually created a 60-day challenge for myself and other people who are doing qigong.
That's
I
good,
created
man.
I created a 60-day challenge. Regular people do like 30. I'm doing 90 days
What's the
qigong.
group name?
Huh?
What's the group's name? Is it a
Um,
group?
no, it's not a group. I just created a challenge. Like I just called it the qigong challenge.
Oh, okay, okay.
Weekly update. I'm gonna do weekly updates. And so far, I
That's
got
good,
one
man. That's
person to
good.
join because he was like he see potential in it. But other
Yeah,
spiritual
I'm about to,
people, other spiritual people, I was surprised, bro. I was surprised because like they was like, man, this shit is basically just meditating. I'm like, bro, do y'all not notice the power in this shit? Like, are y'all just trying to be devil advocate or something? Like,
Some people, to be honest, I don't even think everyone can feel the energy like we can feel it. Because I remember I did it back in 2021. Because there's stages to this. There's this one guy. His name is Damo. He talks about. He's like the only person who talks about Qigong from a real like deep point of view. Like it's like esoteric. I don't want to say it's full esoteric, but he talks about it from a deep point of view. His name is Damo Mitchell. I'll probably put a link to my thing. And fucking this nigga, like he talks about it in such a way where hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute.
That he talks about it such a way.
Hold on. It just sorry about that. Hold on, I gotta read some. I said he talks about it in a certain way where it's like fucking it's like deep esoteric, and a lot of people they don't talk about it in that type of way. So
Man,
damn it.
man, I respect him for that because I be trying to get deep and esoteric, but I don't know how to explain it. And it's like I have to explain it in like a bot scientific way, like, oh, the electromagnetism in your body and shit, like. And I hate explaining it like that because it's like that's like crediting science. That's bullshit. Or
Yeah.
that's crediting science where they didn't actually go through the experience. They're just observing people. Like,
Yeah. Say that again.
it's hard for me to explain it on a deep esoteric level because like the only way I could really break it down to like a bot or sheep is like on some electromagnetism in your body type shit. But I don't like doing that because like explaining that science shit to them is the only way they can get it. And the people who be doing the sciences and shit don't actually be going through the experiences. They just observe people. Or they like use people as like test dummies and shit.
Yeah. To be honest, it's really simple. At the end of the day, this shit is really simple. Sorry about that. I just have to handle some business. Somebody, I was supposed to sell something to somebody. I'm supposed to meet him right here. He was texting me the whole fucking time. I was supposed to meet him. He's texting me the whole time. I was going live like an hour ago. And he said he was here. And I just got the text message when I was talking. So that's why I was like, fuck, I gotta, and then he left. So I'm gonna just have to hit him back up another time. I was trying to find the dude.
Right. And then
My bad.
And then when I wasn't doing Qigong, I was doing yoga. Don't get me wrong, I was still doing Qigong, but like it was like it wasn't no 2 week shit I didn't do Qigong. It was like a couple days.
Yeah.
It was a couple goddamn mosquito. It was a couple days.
So I can barely hear you. There's a lot of traffic. Go ahead, keep going.
It was a couple days that I didn't do Qigong, and it wasn't that bad. And I picked up right where I left off. I can still feel, but like, you said what?
No, I was listening.
Oh yeah, I can still feel energy. I was still doing yoga though, but it's like when it comes to Qigong, it's like it's like some shit where it's like it's the absolute truth, but niggas take this shit for granted, and it's like some shit where it's like I see why the real shit is like nobody believes in the real shit because they don't program so much people to believe in the fake shit or some dumb shit and make it seem real.
What you gotta understand though is not everyone can experience this energy. This is what I was talking about before I ran. Not everyone can experience this energy.
For
like
real?
It's different levels to it. It's different stages to it. Like before, like when you do the Qigong, the first time you did it, you felt relaxed, right?
Yeah.
Not everyone can feel that way because you have to. If you have a lot of, let's just say, blockages, when you do the motions, you won't feel it, or it won't. Not everyone who does it is gonna feel it. You have to at least have a certain level of conscious awareness. And if you're like depressed and tight and all this, and if you just have a certain outlook and mentality, when you do the qigong, it's not gonna really work. You won't feel the energy. Somebody not don't think that every single person can just do this and they're gonna feel it right then and there. Some people they do it, they won't feel shit. When we do it, we're like, cause we activated something in a way, like something with we're aware, we have a certain awareness on a physical level where we're aware of the energy. Other people, they haven't got to that point because you have to get to it. It doesn't just happen just from doing qigong. So this is why a lot of people probably won't even really look at it the same way. Even when they look at you, they're gonna look at you like, how's you generate? They're not gonna understand it. So not everybody can do this energy. Not everybody can they can't use it. It even because I remember back in 2021, the first time I did qigong was back in 2021. I forgot it was one qigong, it was by Ella Tom. It was one of his videos. I just did it once and I didn't feel anything. And I stopped doing it. It was like summer of 2021 I did it. And I didn't feel shit. And then after that I stopped doing it. And the next time I did it was December of October of last year was the next time I did it. So from 3 years I didn't do it. And when I did it that other time, I felt it the first time I did it. That's why I started speaking about it a few months later in December of last year. That's when I started speaking about it the first time, and I was doing it. That's the first qigong session. You can check out my channel. One of the first breatharian qigong I did it on this channel was in December of last year.
Mhm.
In October, when I did it, I felt the energy. But in 2021, and when I did it during the summer, I didn't feel the energy. I didn't feel it. What happened then that in between then and now in that time were what made me feel the energy? That's the question. And I'm gonna tell you guys, like what I did was this is what I did. I can't say this is what's right, but this is what I did, and I think is responsible for that because something had to occur. I think it was the yoga and me releasing the blockages, not just the yoga, but releasing blockages, that energy of me releasing and shedding certain thoughts and blockages and being more mentally light, that allowed it. So
You know what? You
by
know
me
what?
doing yoga, that's what accomplished it. For you, it might not be yoga, it may be something completely different. I don't know you. I'm not you.
Bro,
So
like when I did it, that shit worked right away. And
yeah,
I think the reason why it worked for me because I have a strong belief in things that I tend to do stuff like the stuff I do. I tend to have a strong belief in it and faith.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So when I did qigong, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just use my mind power, and that shit worked.
Okay. Yeah,
Or it
yeah,
wasn't
because
even mind power. It was just like I
you're
just go
your
ahead.
intention, like you're just being.
Yeah,
You're just being like it's really, to be honest, at the end of the day, it's not as it's this is just is nothing. This is the body responding to the energy. This is nothing spiritual. Don't get too it tapped in with anything spiritual you get from it is you could have got that without the qigong, but the qigong is pretty much like amping, helping you. It's putting a boost into your physical awareness. Your physical body is putting a boost to that, and then it could play out as you being more aware and other things. But it's not like you needed it. This is a physical activity to help boost you and give you. It's like just like working out and building muscle. You can say working out helped me spiritual because I was working out and it gave me the energy to be able to handle my daily tasks, which I needed compared to where I was fat. I was in the bed. You could say the muscles helped you did that, but with spirituality, but in a way it did and it didn't. It helped you as in it helped you do your tasks, but at the same way it did because you, in order to complete your spiritual path, you have to do the task. So you see what I'm saying? Like it helped you inadvertently. That's what the qigong is. Like it's helping you doing what you already can do and supposed to do, and it's just helping it make it more efficient and better. And you see, that's
right.
really what the qigong is.
I'm not saying it made me in a sense more spiritual, but
Yeah,
I'm saying in the sense that I think I think this is one of the spirit's tools, and what I be think like I kind of disagree with you when you said, it. Yeah, I agree with you to a certain extent, but I disagree when it says like, oh, it can't make you more spiritual. It actually
No,
can.
no, I didn't say it can't. I
Oh,
said
oh,
if you're spiritual, you're spiritual. If
oh,
you're if you got a dumbass weak spirit, you could do a million qigong sessions. You're not going to be more intelligent than a spirit with a lot of experience and been through a lot of shit and has a lot of rank on their fucking belt. It's in the
right,
spiritual realm. This is
right.
why you don't see somebody who's they say they're enlightened. It's like an enlightened ant isn't the same as a dumb human. You see what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
right.
a dumb human is still a human. It ain't a fucking ant. So that's the way. It's like different levels to this shit. Like that's what I meant. I didn't mean like you can't make you spiritual. You just
Oh,
in order to become spiritual, you got to go through some shit. That's like in order to be in a gang and get respect in a gang, you got to kill. You got to rob. You got to put in shit. There's no gang leader who rose in the ranks just by being friendly and be. You have to put in work, or they don't respect you. That's the same with spirituality. It's not about building qigong and all this yoga. It's about putting in energy, spiritual work over spiritual lifetimes, and then the qigong and all that. It helps. This is why you'll see people who are like you see all these love and light people, and they may say they've reached enlightenment and this and that, but then they're dumb as a rock. But then you may see somebody who's like in the hood ghetto, or they just smoke, cuss, or they're just more, but then they got more knowledge and wisdom because they went through more spiritual like shit in the realm. They have more experience, so they can pull from more spaces. Versus this person, they can't pull. Like if a dog just became a human, that's gonna be that human is not gonna be the same, act the same, or have the same thought process as a human who's been a human and that's an evolved spirit. That
right.
dog that just became a dog spirit that's in a human spirit and he's a human for the first time, that human's going to be more animal. When he eats food, they're probably going to be able to eat a whole bunch of food and be like hot dog contest, and they're very one-dimensional, watch TV and watch on their phone, and they look like a pig and they talk about sport. That's somebody who just came from the animal world. They just enjoy being a fucking dumbass human or some shit.
Yeah, real,
So
right.
it's like it's a different levels, like, and like even and enlightenment for that individual isn't the same enlightenment for me or you. That person's enlightenment could probably be having a family, kids, taking care of his responsibilities, and just knowing how to lose weight and stop eating too many cheeseburgers, and that's good enough. And that's just the beginning. He's trying to be, he's a little weak ass spirit, just learning weak shit, but they're gonna grow.
That's weak shit, right? And
Yeah, so that's why so that's what I meant when I said like it's not.
I don't want to toot my own horn here, but like I did this qigong shit like way back in like April. I don't know why I picked it up again, but I picked it up in April, and like that shit worked in like 10 seconds. But then again, like not too much people was even on this shit, and not even too much
Yeah.
spiritual people was on this shit. Like you got to really have an inclination for the inclination for this shit for real. But and it's like
Mm.
it's like hella discipline too, because like that's like I feel like the spiritual community lack discipline in the first place, which is like this practice. It takes discipline, but it's like not that much fucking discipline. Like damn,
Yeah. I think society just lacks discipline,
yeah,
not just spiritual community, because society is part of spiritual community when you talk about it on that level. Because the
mm,
average person who claims they're in a spiritual community is just a regular person. So like this society as a whole just lacks fucking discipline, really. That's why you don't see that many successful people. It's not because it's hard to make money, or what's hard is sacrificing comfort and pleasure and being comfortable, because society has made everything so comfort. If you want to go fucking order DoorDash, you just do a few clicks. Even to a point where you could do DoorDash, and if they mess up on your order, they'll give you a discount. So like they encourage you to even be even more lazier from their mistake. Like it seems like so everyone just so used to being comfortable, and then that it feels good, and people like they'll be like, oh, I'm an adult, I'm grown, I can do whatever I want, I can have pizza when I want, I can play video games, I can go to bed when I want, and it sounds cool. But like when you get like 50, 40, 50, like 55, like, and you go to those ages, it's gonna be like, I wasted my time, I could have sacrificed that, and then I could have probably had like something better in life, and then been able to do more and actually live life. And then you're gonna be looking back at all those times where you just had fun and you thought you were having fun, but you can look at it as a waste because you weren't really living life. You were just fucking high, scrolling on your phone, or you were just fucking. You didn't really do what you say you were gonna do, but then it took you to like 50, and then by that
Hey,
time you may not have as much time.
I'm glad you say that because a lot of older people they always tell me, you know, I wish I would have put in the work earlier. Now I'm 60 years old, I have a hunchback, and I could barely walk, and I'm working at like this dumbass job where I'm retired and I can't do nothing. I'm glad you say that because
Damn it!
oh shit, you there? What the hell happened? Yo, did something happen to your iPad?
Yeah, my bad. My phone battery. I got like two different phones and an iPad. I got like three phones. This phone, and I got two more phones, and I got the iPad. So I got a whole bunch of fucking phones and shit. Can
But yeah,
you
but
hear
yeah,
me? I
yeah, I can
can't
hear
hear you.
you. Hear me? You hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
What the? Hello?
Like literally, like every time you guys see me, I'm on another phone or device. I'm like, but shit, my I be talking and my shit dies, and I got another one. I be talking my shit. This is at 50%, so we should be good. We should be
Hey,
good
you hear me?
till the live stream's over.
Can you hear me? Yo,
Probably not. If I just let myself just talk, I'll probably take this shit up.
yo, can you hear me? Yo,
No, I can't. No, I can't hear you. Not. I don't know. I'm hella weird. Let me see. No, he's not muted. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I'll drop the link again. Maybe if he joins. Damn. See, it's like I hate how they make these fucking batteries. Like, make the damn battery last 24 hours or some shit. Like, why the fuck is it 2024 and the battery lasts 10 hours? What the fuck is 10 hours of battery? Like, make this shit last like 24 hours or a day or like 2 days or some shit before you gotta charge it. Or at least make the charging process hella quick. This weak ass fucking like 35 or 65 watt charge. Bitch, put 1,000 watt charging and charge my bitch in 5 seconds.
yo, can
This
you hear
weak
me?
ass 35. What the fuck is 35 watt charging? I don't want my shit charging like an hour and a half. Bitch, charge this shit in like a few seconds. Put 1,000 watt in that bitch.
Hey, can you hear me? Hello?
Stupid
Hello?
shit.
Yo, can you hear me?
I can't even hear you still. Damn. This is fucking annoying. Uh-oh. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah. This shit is crazy, man. I don't know why they're not like it's not his volume ain't coming. I know it's nothing because the phone that I'm on right now is actually like the good phone. I have the other phones is good, but this is actually like the best. This is like the ultra. So I don't listen. I don't know why I should be hearing you think on here because this is like the best phone.
Yo.
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear
Okay,
you.
okay, you hear me now?
Yeah. What happened? What did you do?
All I did was I left the studio and then I clicked your sync and link and it started working again.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's funny how right when you started speaking, the numbers went from 10 to 7. Like that doesn't make sense. We were trying to wait. We put the live on hold, so we were trying to get you in to speak. And right when you start speaking, like it went down. That wouldn't make sense. I could tell like they probably manipulating these numbers because why would it go down when you start speaking? Wouldn't you think people would stay? Like it's
Bro,
weird.
bro, the feds have been watching me, bro. Cause like they took down my Instagram video because I was talking about the election, but I was telling people to go vote so they could leave me alone. I was telling people to go vote so they can leave me alone. And they still took my video down. I'm like, what the hell?
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Speak. What you
Yo,
say?
you hear me?
Okay, I can hear. I had to turn my mic up. My mic was kind of low.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like I was on Instagram talking about the election and I didn't even tell people to go vote or anything.
Hmm.
I just spoke about the election and like what it is. I didn't say if I was on any side and they just took my shit down. Like what the fuck? And this is on Instagram.
Election?
You said what?
Over an election?
Over an election, bro. Like they
An
said I got a
election
warning.
post?
Yeah, like I wasn't even talking about two parties. I was just
That's
talking
weird.
about like what it is, like the election and what's gonna happen. And then like they took my shit down. I'm like, bro, what the hell y'all doing? Like, y'all just showing more of y'all hand. And then they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't take my shit down because I wasn't talking about no crazy shit.
Yeah.
So
What
like
I
I know.
think is going because
Go ahead.
I what like I already know. I'm trying to say to see something like I feel like Dolo's channel and how they be attacking his channel and all the agents and shit.
Yeah,
I feel like anybody who's connected to his channel, like you comment a lot, or you talk about like how he talks. I feel like they're watching those people. They're fucking with those people. Like there's people like Moody Mercury and people like Moody Mercury be like other people that put themselves like I could see certain shit sometimes. I don't know if it just I feel like they because you gotta understand they attacking Dolo, but anything the way these people work, they got the head honcho and then they got people. So anybody that's trying to talk his information or kind of have a similar type of energy, they're not gonna be too fond of that because they don't want that to spread. So they're gonna obviously be looking at people who probably kind of close to him, try to start attacking. So I don't know. That's something you gotta just be on the lookout because the shit he be talking is kind of be a lot deeper than a lot of people really understand. Like a lot of people like the shit he be saying is like not just in terms of the esoteric shit, but like he be like remote viewing, like literally looking at what these motherfuckers is doing from a position that's not there. So he knows certain shit, and then he's not just like, oh, I know this. I'm just like I'm some spooky weird shit. It's he knows it, and then he will say certain shit, and it checks out. So it's not like oh, it's weird or it's just somebody just trying to play God or whatever, or play like they got this type of spirit. Like he be remote viewing and saying shit, and then that's why they be getting mad and on his channel and because he be saying certain shit and doing certain shit, and then they don't take him serious. But then when he says certain shit that's true, that they even know it's true, that's what really triggers them and gets them mad. This is why they put that dead body over his head, and they really don't like that nigga. They're not gonna stop fucking with him unless he does something to get rid of him, or because they look at him like as a threat. Like they're literally scared because anything that they do is like being watched by him because the energy that they're in, they're like exposing themselves and shit. So it was like, and I see his shit play out because they hella trolling his shit
And I'm like to a point where I feel like they probably don't even fuck with people that are like that kind of talk his same information, his same talking points and shit.
Hmm. Right, man. It's like with me,
Yeah.
it was like I wasn't even talking the way he talked. I was just doing qigong and shit on my Instagram page and telling and just doing regular spiritual shit. But I talk about the election and these niggas. Well, I did. That was on my other Instagram account. My other Instagram account, it got banned because I spit on the Mason Lodge. But
Oh, T, that's probably why they fuck with you as well. You spit on that like that's another thing. But
yeah,
I don't know. But maybe you just did something and it just hit the system. I don't know. I don't want to put like all that energy because I don't know. Like it could be just. But I already know my page because I'm just for my. I could tell my page because what happened with my channel. You already know and just weird shit. But that's kind of weird how they will take that post down. That doesn't make any sense.
right. And it's funny because uh,
I feel like everyone is being attacked on. Don't think just because you speak in spiritual, it's just you. They're attacking everyone. If you're not even if you're not speaking spiritual, I see channels who aren't even like into spirituality. They're going through the same problems of because you got to understand the people who run the system, they don't have no energy. All their energy derives from the people. So anybody with a large following, even if it's about spirituality or not, there's an agent that's watching them that's trying to drain their energy because that's energy, that's money, that's attention. It could be a kid who has 1 million subscribers and he's talking about gaming. There's going to be a handler, an agent, and they're going to run programs on that channel because that's money, that's attention, that's energy. They feel like they deserve that. They're like, how does this person have this energy? We need to keep. They feel like they need to keep tabs on the peer person because they don't know how to handle the energy or they're like envious that they can't obtain it and they need to have other people to do it, so they want to feel like they can control it because they can't get it themselves, because if they got it themselves they wouldn't need to control it, so they have to control other people's shit. So in this shit they be attacking everyone. That it's like a warfare on everyone, really. Don't just, yeah, spiritual people, but like anyone who's as an influence, really, they're going to be attacking you, especially if you got like millions of subscribers. Because like for example me speaking like I'm speaking, I'm not, I won't get attacked because my channel, my influence is not that big. But if I had like 3 million of subscribers and I said something as the president election is dumb and it's fake, that would probably give me shadow ban and get me a whole bunch of attacks. Because
I didn't even say shit like the election is dumb as fake. I just said what's gonna happen. Like
what
that
these
shit.
people right by my damn door for? Like literally by my fucking door.
What the
Bunch
hell?
of bum ass niggas just smoking cigarettes and shit. I don't know what the fuck are they like, because they have like a retard bus where like I guess like the autism spectrum kids that come in a bus and I guess like they give them a field trip around the city or some shit. And I thought it was
Yeah.
them, but it ain't, like because there was a few of them. I'm like, that's why I didn't say nothing, because I'm like they're probably just kind of slow. I don't want to be rude. But these they're not them. There's somebody else. That nigga got a whole bunch of tattoos on his motherfucking face. That nigga look. They be releasing a lot of fucking, like, he look like a fell, like he just got out of the pen.
God.
But yeah, what were you saying now?
No, no, I was saying that yeah, yeah, it was just some little shit and then you know I was just chilling the whole time, but
Yeah.
nah, like fucking I'm gonna do this thing where I'm gonna get a whole bunch of people, spiritual people, and I'm gonna have people practice qigong. Like we're just gonna do a whole qigong thing.
Yo, do it in real life though.
I'm
Like I
doing it in
said,
real life.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
gonna.
we got, because that's how you, and then try to get as many regular people to see what you're doing in real life. Don't just be like, oh, it's spiritual only. That's good, but
you have to have like the regular like person, like people in your family, cousins, like let them see you, so you have people like around you seeing you, and it looks normal. Because if you just make it on the internet, then that's when some weird nature boy shit can take place, and you don't want no weird ass dumb ass shit. So it's good to have like regular people, even like don't be. That's the thing they say. Oh, we're the chosen one. We're this and all these agents and bots, and that is true to an extent, but sometimes like you can get certain. You just gotta know how to transmute energy. Like don't be too much into like your ego or your mind, and from social media and what they've told you. You can't do this, and yeah, but that's good. That just don't tell too much, and don't tell too much of what you're doing on here. Like it's good that you're doing that, but don't put it too much, because you don't want to put too much information. Because like I said, you don't know who's watching this shit, because we're at a different time now. They
Right,
may
right,
even have an AI program where they don't even need to watch the video. The AI program would just record everything and send it back or whatever,
right, right,
or
right,
some
right, right,
shit. So
right.
yeah, you don't want to like. But I'm not saying, like, it's up to you if you want to do what you want to do. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like you don't want to like just do go. You want to just move in silence at this point.
Right, right. But I did put one of the spiritual people on to Qigong. He said he got so much energy he didn't even need to sleep one night. Or
Yeah,
he
that's how I was in the beginning. Like I slept, I woke up, like it's like you just infused of energy. Like right now, like how do you feel right now in terms of the energy?
how do I feel? Um I feel like sometimes okay, I haven't been doing it that long. Okay, I took a break from it, but overall it's like I have hella energy when I wake up.
Yeah.
Um sometimes I'll be getting a little sleepy at night, but
Okay.
overall it's like when I do something, when I do physical activities, I feel like the energy I got is carrying those physical activities with me.
So you feel like it's helping you?
Yeah, I feel like it's helping me a lot.
Okay, that's good. That's how I feel like me. I just go through like I notice the more I do it, the more my body feels lighter. Like a little lighter I feel. Like it takes less effort for me to move my arms or to move my head. Everything feels like it's less effort. Like I'm not. It's like I'm not. My body doesn't feel so heavy. The more I do it, I feel eventually you won't even feel the body. Like I remember one. I think this the day on that Damu channel, Damu Mitchell. He said eventually you're just gonna be feeling your energy body. That's when you reach a certain stage where you don't even
Hey,
really feel the physical body like that no more. Like you still are because you're in the physical, but it doesn't feel the same as like the average person because.
hey, speaking of energy, every time I do Qigong,
Mm-hmm.
I could feel my energy, and that shit feel heavy sometimes. My energy, it's
Yeah,
not
well, that means it's balancing out. That means your energy is growing. That's your energy field. That's yours. So you program it and set your intentions, imagination, like you said. That because what you're feeling is your energy. That you're not feeling nothing. You're feeling your energy. That's yours.
hmm
So when you're working with the chi, that's your energy. You could when you say the intentions at the end, you do your imagination, meditations, whatever. That you're programming it into that. That's why when you raise it above your head, you pull it down, and then it goes down like you're pulling it down.
hmm
So like you're putting it to your dantian, like
Dantian.
yeah, or you're doing the things. That's what they call like the energy portal. I just like to call it energy portal, but
hmm
I like to keep it simple. It's because when you see all these things, it makes you kind of look at it like they have all these words like an atom or a proton, or like it's like they make it all science and all
Bro.
Dantian and all this, and it's reality. It's really simple. And even if you want to take it deep, you could still explain the deep aspect of it very simple.
Right, right, right. And like that's what I like about Qigong. It's like it's like it takes all that worldly science shit out of the equation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah.
It really makes that science shit look like it's dumb. Like we was doing all this other shit. We doing all this other shit to become an athlete when really all we needed was qigong and yoga, and right now it's hyper arch faster training too. But qigong, yoga, hyper arch faster training, and then boom, we elite level athletes.
Damn.
Right.
You said so. You say you feel like an elite level athlete right now.
No, I feel like I'm becoming an elite level athlete.
Yeah, like the qigong is gonna help you become that. Probably
Yeah.
make you be better, especially if you practice it and you. I'm not don't but still do your physical like workouts and still train. And qigong is gonna help you do that even better. So because whatever you have extra energy when you're facing somebody who's in on the field and you're versing them in a game of whatever sport, you have more energy. Even though you guys know the same thing, like you know how to shoot the ball or whatever, you're able to shoot it better. You're able to be more focused in that moment and then
Right.
utilize your knowledge more.
Right.
So that's actually a good thing.
Right. Oh yeah, and last thing before I head out, uh,
Okay.
you know, I hope I could get to the point where I'm reaching like the the beginner advanced stages. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
to the point where it's like I'm doing certain shit with my like I feel my energy body and I'm doing like certain superpowers with it.
Damn. what
Like
do you like?
I think you could
What type of powers?
um telekinesis, pyrokinesis, and some other shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, that's all possible. You
yeah,
gotta use, yeah.
but yeah,
That's
but but I'm trying to reach that level. It's not gonna be like some major shit like oh moving like objects with my mind and shit, but it's like
yeah,
it's but I seen these Chinese niggas like start moving their body with the key and shit.
yeah, yeah. It's
So
just some crazy shit when you see it.
so like I definitely know it's possible. It's just my only thing is damn I should have learned this shit like when I was in middle school or something.
No, you good. You only 20 years old. Like you perfect. You
Perfect.
yeah. You heck early. To be honest, like you say, you got years to live. Like it's not like you like fucking in your 30s or something. Even then, that's still young. Like you, people do. Most people don't even start doing better in their life till like in their 40s and shit, and they 30s and shit. They go through problems. Like you get it early. Because
Mm-hmm.
at that age, when I was 20, like nobody was really onto anything spiritual like that in my reality. Like when I look back, it was like very well was very like non-spiritual, at least from my perspective, because no one was really talking to me about it. If I knew about spiritualities at that point, I would have got into it and shit and been more, but I wasn't really like I've always had word spiritual though. Like I was into astrology since fucking I remember back in the day I was into astrology in high school. But I didn't take it. I didn't think it was as big as it was today. I just looked at it. It was I studied it and I like took note of astrology and shit. Like I remember like every it says something like Thursday is my lucky day. And I remember like every Thursday I would always wake up in the morning and having Thursdays my lucky day. And then I remember every Thursday something good would happen, whether it be somebody gave me some money, like or like I found something, or just it would be something, even if it was something small that you wouldn't think. Like, it was always something I remember. And then like I noticed when that stopped happening is when I stopped really believing it subconsciously. So that makes you real. That makes me. That just teaches me and should like is an example that what you believe in, you it's your mind, how powerful your mind is.
Right.
Because I used to actually fucking, and this was all when I was in the astrology back in like high school, back in like '08, '07.
Damn.
I
Oh 08
remember,
and 07. Oh 08 and oh 07. Damn. Niggas wasn't on shit back then. I
yeah,
know for sure. If you was
I was
even
like,
if you was even an ounce of spiritual back in them days, niggas would look at you and put you fucking in a mental psychic ward or some shit.
yeah, it was really, and then the thing is like it was very dense, and then like stupid shit like politics and all the news narratives, it was way worse because people believed in this shit. Like when they went to war in Iraq, everyone was happy. I remember back in like 2003 and shit. After they had bombed the they bombed the fucking White House or whatever that building, and they bombed that shit. They knocked those fucking buildings, and then everyone when they went to war in Iraq, everyone was happy and shit, like happy they're going to war. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's kind of weird. And they try to program everyone to be happy, and I'm like, nowadays nobody's gonna be, because everyone's gonna know it's bullshit because it's all fake. Like everyone knows now that they started the wars, they knocked down the buildings. It's all an agenda. Like what else could it be? Like literally, what else could it be? Like
Yeah,
somebody just
yeah, right.
like somebody just gonna go out and just do that for like just go and knock down a building. Like who even has the? You can't even fucking go to an airport and get in the damn terminal without getting a fucking finger stuck up your ass. Like, let
Yeah,
alone you go steal a build an airplane and rob it and fucking blow up. Like, get the fuck out of here. They control that shit.
right, right. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all bullshit though. Yeah. But shit. I might end up just ending this live stream. Damn, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Holy shit. It's a lot of fucking streaming. Oh. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. It was good talking to everybody. Shit, I'll probably be back on later on. I am gonna do a Qigong session probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the day after. But I am gonna do another one for you guys. Yeah, I still have to finish out that last one because I fucked. I was doing the last one, but then like the phone died and fucking I had to go in. So yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. Finish that one off or start a new one. Yeah, but I be doing it every day. I be doing it every fucking day. Even like if you look at my videos, because I started in July, and I look at my videos from July before July 3rd is when I started Qigong, and look at my videos from like July 3rd till now, and look at my videos before July 3rd. You'll see a difference how I talk and probably even how like I look or something. You're gonna see like the Qigong energy. You'll see subtle changes over like time. Even if you go back to like 2021 when I first started doing yoga, and um yeah, back in February 2021, I need to unprivate my videos. When I do that, you'll be able to go back to 2021. I'm gonna put on my community tab the video, and then you'll be able to see like the difference from before I even started yoga. When I had a huge blockage in my neck, I was having headaches all the time. I was fucking drinking and taking like painkillers and shit, and just I was really fucked up back then. From then till now, you'll see a huge difference. And it had nothing to do with like people talk about, oh, it's because you got older. No, there's nothing to do with getting older. That's what a lot of people they misconstrue. Like they think getting more intelligent is getting older. No, getting more intelligent is what it is. Getting more intelligence. If that was the case, then why the fuck is a 40-year-old not smart as me? Because obviously he's fucking an idiot, and the age has nothing to do with it. If you stay not removing blockages, because when it takes so long to remove blockages, it takes years. So when you start removing a blockage like 31 and then you're 38 when it's removed, people are gonna say, oh, you grew up. No, bitch, you didn't grow up. If you didn't remove those blockages, you'll be the same person you were at 31 but a worse version, because you'll be 38 going through the same fucking problems, so it'll be even worse. When you're 38 and you're in a good state of being, you're the same person you were, if not a little better, when you were 30, if you would have not had blockages. It took you to 38 because it's, you see what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, we all grow up. No, some people grow down. What they tell you is age has nothing to do but just experience accumulation. That's all age is. How many experiences have you accumulated? It has nothing to do with you're old or how much you know. Because if all honesty, that's all fake. You're supposed to get younger. You're supposed to know more. If you're not looking younger, if you're not feeling stronger, you're doing something wrong. If you're not getting more intelligent, you're doing something wrong. You have to get younger, and like that Benjamin Button movie with that old fuck. They always have to add their own nasty faggot, nasty sick Jewish Stephen Hawking's morphed faggot shit in there. Like they ruined it, but that energy is like the dude was getting younger. He was like growing up and getting young, but that's actually real. You're supposed to get younger, but you have to like build up the energy, what they call chi prana, and work the body out. And you're supposed to always get younger and stronger. When you die, it has nothing to do with your old age. It just fucking you either have an accident and you die, or your heart just stops beating and you just die because the spirit's like, we learned enough here, and then your heart stops beating and you just die, or you just go to sleep and don't wake up. That can be death. That's actually how death is supposed to be if you're actually on a healthy path. You're not gonna live forever, but when you die, it's gonna be when your spirit wants to, and your heart would just turn off or whatever. That's really how it should be if you're on a healthy path. Like you'll be able to see the difference night and day. So like that's another thing I like about my channel. You can see like the progress. I be doing this shit every day. I be doing this shit every fucking day, and I don't care. Like I don't look at it like. Well, I'm not gonna get into that, but you'll be able to look on my page and see all the progress, everything. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream and I'm out. Peace.